Hey guys, how you guys doing today? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there, YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you another episode of Moz's Toy Box, and I forgot to turn the light on. It was very dark there. Nobody told me. It was great seeing you guys today. We got Ordinary Day happening. Hopefully, I got some people sharing that, and I did notice something very alarming when it comes to tagging me. You need to make sure you tag me when you post, because I went and looked at just the Toy Moz hashtag, and all I can see is the top post, which is like 9 posts. That's all I can see. There's no most recent or anything for me to look at. So please keep that in mind. And why is this music still playing? I told it to stop. There, it stopped. Fine. Be the way. But anyway, let's give a shout out to Pablo, who's here, Harry's who's also here, and I'm hoping we'll have more join as the show continues. So let's give a shout out to them. Let's get them unmuted and get them in here. What's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody?
How's it going? How's it going?
It's so pink behind you, Harry. It's so pink.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. Pink and yellow. That's my thing.
Oh,
the good color.
Most cyberpunk colors.
Yep.
Yep.
Noble Young.
Let me give a shout out to the people in the chat today. We got Noble Young giving out good vibes, man. Harry, you're here twice, like 2 different Harrys. What's up? How you doing? And of course, not much about to crash the stream, which is, I hope he doesn't crash it. I hope he just hangs out. That'd be great. Pablo's here, so that's good.
Hey.
Casper's Corners, good seeing you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And also he's saying not only just hit the like button, but share. That'd be great.
Thank you, sir.
Bob Dylan, rare occasion to catch my stream.
In the building.
I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. And yes, the Blurg. Let me give that solo camera again. The Blurg. I unboxed them on Instagram the other day, but I didn't let it stay. I deleted the thing after I did the live unboxing. And we got the picture going. Harry meet Harry. When Harry met Harry.
Hello, Harry.
And Casper Corner, Aerosmith liked pink. What?
Oh, I guess he did.
I guess.
Don't close my eyes.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm on the page now. I'm on the page. So yeah, we got Ordinary Day. Today's supposed to be the cutoff for that, but if Mike cannot be here, we're probably going to extend it out 1 more week because Mike made the prize for it. He made that nice, awesome 1/12 scale garbage can, and I would like him to at least be here on the show for that. And I understand he's got real life things happening right now, and he can't make it today. This is fine. It's fine. It gives you guys more time to get entries in. So make sure you hashtag ordinary day and provide a picture of an ordinary day with your toys. If you need an example, I will pull one up again. I only have my personal example. I know Mike sent me some, but I'm bad. But let me see. Share screen. So this is my example of the ordinary day. I got the thing, and he's gone fishing. So that's an ordinary thing, just ordinary thing that your characters can do. Just post that and make sure you hashtag ordinary day, you hashtag toy Moz, and you tag Moz_toy_box. If you don't tag me, I may not see it and will not know about it, and then you are not entered because I can't see it. I'm sorry, Instagram sucks. I'm doing what I can. So when you go to tag somebody, when you go make a post, and you put your pictures up, and you go on that part where you put your what's the word, the description and all that stuff there.
Yeah.
There is a tag option on that post position there, and that's where you need to hit. You need to click that and tag me. That way it shows up in my tagged part of Instagram, and I can find it. If you don't do it that way, if you put me just in the comments or in the description, manually, it will not tag me. I will get notification that I am mentioned, but it won't end up in my tagged, and I won't see it the week we go through it. So please be sure that you tag properly. I can't stress it enough. So with that being said, let's get back to this. I'm sorry, guys. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
I just keep watching the bird. Brian, there's Brian Carr. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, Brian. How's it going, Brian?
On good.
Man.
You guys again.
Yeah.
Ready to tear these pictures apart.
Tearing pictures apart. That's a great thing.
Really punch
we're gonna get into that, But dude, I want to go over this is I'm gonna post this on Halloween, so it's not even getting posted yet. But this is the one I'm actually really happy about, that I wanted to share with you guys, especially the process, because it's actually really cool. I learned this by watching a different toy photographer, or actually it was a real person photographer, and they were showing you how to get like rim lights and getting that going on. What's up, Collector Joey? How you doing, buddy? So this is one that I'm doing for Halloween, and it looks very much like a promo, just generic picture, but I don't care. I think it's awesome. But there you go.
Okay.
So this is, the 1/12 scale pumpkin that comes with the Mezco Michael Myers figure, and so the light inside of it is the light that the light up feature it has. Then what I did is I put a backlight behind the pumpkin, and it's it's one of the newer you can't see my hands. It's it's one of the newer lights. It's like this big, and I got a black card like this, blocking out the light directly around the pumpkin. So there's light spilling out the edges, pushing it out all over here, but not right where the pumpkin is. And then I'm focused in real tight with a macro lens, and so you don't see any of the light on the outsides. You're just seeing the light feather off onto the top of the pumpkin and a little bit down on the sides from whatever light's able to spill around this card. And yeah, I think it turned out great. And it's on top of another one of these cards, which gives it that nice glossy. That reflection's real. That's all in camera. I don't think I did anything in here but play with the colors.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, very
I
cool.
think it turned out really clean. It looks like something straight out of the movie, like when they're doing like the title sequences or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really proud of it. I know it's a very basic shot, but
No,
it was really cool to watch that video, because in the video they had a model standing in front of one of those big lights, and they had a card blocking the light from hitting her, but it was able to spill around and really give her a nice rim light all around, and you could play with the colors on that and make it really neat. So I'm hoping to get a better light to do this with, so for figures, because I would really like to play with this kind of lighting technique on figures, and hopefully get some better, because I initially did want a little bit more light on these sides, but I wasn't able to really get it without overkill, like spilling out too far around it. So I couldn't find that happy medium. But I think with a figure, something that's a little bigger than that little pumpkin,
that's pretty neat. It's a neat trick. There's a photographer on Instagram that shoots Lego, and he shoots a technique similar to this, but he uses the same technique with the card in the back, but then he also uses a card in front, and he cuts a doorway shape so that way
Mhm.
whatever light is coming around doesn't spill into the lens,
Ah,
and
yeah.
it gives this nice like almost a fade on the around the edges. It almost looked like it's like the one shot that he did. It was like a little space cowboy, and it almost looked like he was coming out of a doorway from the future or something. It looked pretty neat. And then of course
That's
he added some aerosol to give it that mist, and it turned out really nice. And I believe he has like a real quick reel on how he shot the whole thing on his Instagram. But it
yeah.
was pretty neat. It's very similar to what you did.
I actually got a BTS little picture. Let me upload it to my computer real quick because it's on my phone. But that actually that doorway that would fix the problem I think I was having. Because yeah, I was getting too much of that
Spill.
light just spilling into the lens,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't overcasting the picture of the figure or anything, but it was making the whole because the light I used was like an orangish light, um, obviously.
I'll
But
send you the link because I think I have it saved on my Instagram.
well, I have an idea what he did. I don't think I really need to watch it, but
Oh, okay.
well, unless you want to share it with you, I guess we can share it with you guys.
I'll still share it with you. But yeah. It
Um,
was pretty neat how he did it. The technique he used.
I have to say that is about 90% of my indoor shots are done that way.
oh, really?
I use these aperture MC lights,
Yeah.
and then I have a cardboard that I always cut to different shapes or whatever, and then I actually take like one of these clamps and go between the diffuser and the board itself,
Mm-hmm.
and that way I can literally direct my light wherever I want, just by having that shot. And I love the fact that it keeps the light from going everywhere else, but it bleeds off to the sides, and I just love just having that effect. So most of the time I have it cut to the shape that you use, where it's just a square card.
Mm-hmm.
So it does that way. But yeah, I mean, the majority of my shots where I do like spotlight shots and stuff like that, I mean, that's exactly how I do my shots all the time.
Yeah, and here's the BTS of what I did here right here. This is like I said, pretty straightforward. You just put the card behind there. You had to fiddle with it, and the reason why I want to get a better light for this is just the way that this particular light handles the gels. They slide in here, and it doesn't let me get all the way down to the ground. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird, but these lights were really cheap too. They're a little newer. They're USB powered, so you just keep them plugged into USB and they'll power on. They got a few different settings, but when I was shooting this, though, I realized also the battery for the pumpkin was almost dead because I was like, "Wait, why is this not lit up?" It just was barely lighting. I was like, "What's going on here? What are we doing?"
And that seems to be the go-to thing, especially for Hot Toys figures, man. It's like day one, you get those batteries and you plug them in, and like 5 minutes later.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I never
I don't
use
even
them at
bother with
all.
the Hot Toys batteries anymore, man. I
Yeah,
don't put them in.
never use
I
them.
usually just
Yeah.
Photoshop the eyes or something
Yep.
myself.
Actually, I went to right down the street from me. There's a watch repair shop, and that's where I get my batteries from. And that's where I learned that there was different there's different batteries that have the different numbers or whatever. And so I think she said it was the L series
Yeah, the
is like
LR621s is the
your
most
lower
used.
quality battery, and your S series is the higher quality batteries.
Okay, all right.
So I get my batteries from this lady. She gives me this shocked look every single time because she's thinking I need a battery for a watch, and so she's like, "How many do you need?" I'm like, "Oh, I need about 6." And she's like, "6?" It's like what? So
Let
I'm
me
like,
give a shout out real
yeah.
quick. Oh, sorry. Let me give a shout out real quick to Collectors Universe. How you doing today, buddy?
What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? So yeah, that's what we did there. That was just a new trick that I was playing around with. And as you see, Brian, you've done this before, but I was watching this actual photographer playing with a model, like she was this girl, and he was doing this, and I was like, oh, let me try something like that on a smaller scale. And I think I was pretty happy with the way that came out. I think it did come out very menacing. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, no, it came out great, man. I loved it when you showed it to me earlier. I was like, man,
Yeah.
And
So
I think that's really good. Just the fact that you don't have to stick with just toy photography. You can look at photography from other photographers and be like, okay, I can do that same thing, just tone it down.
and videographers.
And,
And videographers watch some of
yes,
this stuff.
yeah,
I was watching one. I haven't yet to. I don't have the lighting system to do it yet. But if anybody's ever seen that Scarlett Johansson movie, Under the Skin, I recommend
Oh,
all
yeah.
of you, of course, if
Mm.
you're male. But
okay.
It's a great movie.
but if you watch it, there's this scene where, and they do it very similarly on in Stranger Things when she goes into the upside down little
Yeah.
the area where it's all covered with water and she's able to talk to people and stuff. But there was the way they did it because they had they had Scarlett Johansson on this black water, and of course they wanted to reflect her off the water but not the light, and so they were showing us how they did that, and there's like a whole behind the scenes on that, and it was really pretty cool. But it involves getting this huge, well, not for toy photography, it won't be that big, but for them
Right,
they
right.
had to do like the whole room. They had to put water with a black backing on the ground, and then and not that deep, just very very shallow, and then they had above they had just this huge diffusion sheet, just a huge like covering the whole ceiling, and then they had lights coming down, and so all it was doing is kind of lighting her and getting that reflection. It was not casting the light reflection of the water at all.
Right,
It
right,
was
right,
actually
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something I want to try. I just haven't
Nope.
set it
I
up
want to
yet.
try that. I want to get my hands on that new black paint they just invented.
Oh, where
I
it's
forgot the
really,
name of the
really
company,
black.
but it's like
Yeah.
the blackest paint on the planet. Like
Oh
they,
yeah,
they painted a car with
Like,
it, and the car doesn't look like it's real. Like it doesn't look like it's actually
yeah,
physically there because it looks
it
like a void.
reflects.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
reflects no
reflect
light,
any light,
basically. Yeah.
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that black just absorbs all of that
Mhm.
light in, and it's it's
Yeah.
It's a
really
sweet
Like,
color. I want to get my hands on it.
yeah,
just like the arena Boba Fett, he absorbs all the lighting too.
yeah.
This one I want to touch on this one too real quick. I really didn't want to toot my own horn too much today, but this one's been getting a lot of traction, so I wanted to go over this because this is the blurred. And this was done in front of a monitor. I was using the PS5 and I used Horizon Forbidden West
Ah,
um,
nice.
for the backdrop, and so all this here in the blurg is what's in camera. Everything else is not, is on the screen behind him. And it was a pain to light this actually because these rocks back here were kind of pink, so I was trying to get that color either washed out, either via post production or try to match that pink down here because it didn't look like it fit. So I ended up in post, I was able to wash it out and kind of get it more like on track with where it's at. But this was shot on the 100mm macro. I had to sit way back there because
Oh
it's a
wow.
huge piece, man. I wanted a tight crop with that real good fall off of the backdrop because I wanted that to work. I didn't want that to look like it fell off weird. And if you use too wide of a lens, it's going to do that. It's not going to have that bokeh that you need to really sell the backdrop. And I think we got a good common ground when it comes to that. I did one BTS shot somewhere. I'm sorry. I should have had this ready, and I suck. Let me see here. Was it here? Do I have one here? No. I just gotta find my picture on Facebook because that's where I put it. Where'd it go? Is that no? Oh, yeah, I had a BTS there. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we'll just bring this over here real quick.
Oh okay.
So there's the BTS of that one. And yeah, I had a hell of a time with the lighting on this too, because I needed to get that on this side. It was like just the fall off was huge. Like even on the screen, it looked like it was just falling off in the darkness back here. So I need to get this light back here and just kind of shove some light on the screen as well as on the back of them. And then I had to go and Photoshop some of this light out because the sun wouldn't have been giving this
Right.
Yeah,
a little bit here. So
Yeah.
I did what I could. Commander Green in the house. What's going on? And
Hey,
Bob Dylan did answer you. Vanta Black is the name of that black.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Vanta Black. Yep.
okay.
Ian Saunders in the house. What up, friends? Just dropping in for a few minutes from sunny Mexico. Hell yeah, dude.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
That's right. He's on a trip to Mexico.
He's in Mexico, man.
Very cool.
Maybe this is where I shot this. We don't know. It's pretty cool.
Well, now
So
we
you can
do.
see that. You can see all that pink. How that the horizon's got that pink in it, and then I was,
Yeah.
I'm stuck nut with pink. So if you see here, I got this like. I was trying to make this as pinky orange as I could to get some light back here on this rock. This is the base the blur came with, by the way, right here. Part of it. You can see the key here. And then he wanted to tip over all the time, so I have him standing on this little piece of grass to kind of keep his foot from tipping over because the table wasn't level, And
Okay.
there's my Angel box sets, considering I don't really watch them on DVD anymore, but they are serving the purpose of a light stand. That's good. Smallville's over there keeping that light from falling off the table, just so you know. But yeah, I mean that's the BTS. I got one light up front here just to kind of give him a cast. I wanted to light up the front of that blurg a little bit. I didn't want it to fall too dark. And the bounce, you saw there was a bounce light or bounce card there.
Yeah.
Where did I put it? I got so many windows now. There's a bounce card here that was hoping to bounce this light a bit more on them, and it wasn't doing it. So I added this. Dang it, go away. I added this little bit here, just kind of, and it's just around diffuser, just kind of pumping some light up in that general area, just kind of letting it fall off, feather off to the sides a bit, and because I don't want hard light on them, of course. So if you can't get a bounce card to work, there's an idea for you. Just kind of pop that over the off to the side or something, let that just kind of feather out, because that's what that round diffuser is for, to kind of give it more of a soft feather all around. So, but there's that. And I'm sorry to make you guys look at that. All right, we're done.
Good. You're good.
All
You're
right.
good.
All right, we're gonna move on to everybody else's stuff now. Does anybody have anything that you want to go over before we touch on the viewer stuff?
Not really.
I got too many windows open. That's all there is to it. I got too many windows open.
I did get one of my pictures nominated for that Toy Pick Community.
Oh, snap!
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
The the Sir Daniel photo that I did a few weeks ago got nominated by Harry and Toaster Damas on Instagram.
How do you nominate people? Because I don't know how to nominate people.
Well, I think the Toy Pick Community first has to reach out to people, and then they have them. They give them instructions to select the 2 artists on Instagram and pick 2 photos for each person that they nominate. And Harry and Toaster Damas nominated one of my photos.
Oh,
Not this Harry, right? The other Harry in the chat.
the other hair.
Yeah, the other Harry in the chat. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say this Harry's useless. He didn't do that kind of stuff. I kid. I love you, Harry. I love you. Real quick before we get into this stuff, guys, in case you don't know, this is a little awareness time right now. Sir Dork 730's YouTube account has been hacked. I don't know if is it still hacked. I didn't check.
Wow.
Actually, I believe his whole Google account got hacked. So, which is all tied into his. It's. I think his YouTube has been deleted now.
Oh no!
Really?
Wait, what? Oh, Wonderworld. Yeah. Sir Dork, his channel is gone.
Yeah, his channel is gone. Yeah. But
I don't want to. Don't play any of his stuff.
From my understanding,
they did a story.
They did a story on him. Yeah.
On him. Yeah.
Yeah, but his channel's gone for right now. But from my understanding, it was that his Google account got hacked.
Jeez.
And he's trying to recover from that. It sucks. I hope that they can help him out, because it's horrible. Because
that's annoying.
I know where he's going through, man. I mean, I didn't have Google hacked, but I had more followers on Instagram than I ever had on YouTube, so it was rough for me too. So, but yeah, with the whole email account being hacked, that's crazy. I don't know how that's really gonna affect him. Thankfully I have multiple email accounts that, if one gets compromised, I'll get notified on both, and I can still get into the other one.
Same here.
So yeah. Give a shout out to Dockinator. If I didn't already do that, I'm kind of dumb if I didn't. And then Bob's talking about the Predator Dockinator in the house. Dockinator, man, he and I are pretty big on Predators, man. I don't know why he gets all the love. Yes, I'm jealous. God. Step off. All right. So with that, let's get into these tag posts. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Let's go back. This is the hashtag, by the way, Toy Moz, and see, this is all I'm seeing. That's as far as it goes.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
Weird.
That's all I see, and I'm following it. I even went to follow it because all I'm seeing is that. But if I refresh this, I might change the pictures up a little bit, but it's going to be just the top post. Yeah, see, like it moves those around, but
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, yeah.
it's the same post though, and
Yeah,
that's as
it's
far
real
as I can
range.
go.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I never went over this one though. I didn't know about it. So Star Killer. Let's start with Star Killer because I never knew about this one. This was posted back in August. So again, I apologize, but I did try to warn you. So this is a Peacemaker. I got this hot toy coming, but I didn't buy this one.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the
the
McFarlane.
McFarlane Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to
Yeah,
about
the
the
hot
joints,
toy-
unfortunately.
Hot toy looks better.
His elbow joints. Jesus.
What's up, Brandon Salad? Yeah, the elbow joints are pretty rough, man. This is an outdoor shot. So, Harry, what are your thoughts on this today, sir?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought was, geez, those elbows. They look
Yeah.
like he chopped them up by accident. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is a very generic shot. I like the depth of field here. The outside lighting is good. The posing is a little odd, but other than that, I feel like there's not really much to say about these type of shots. It's just like, oh yeah, it's a figure standing there with some nice depth of field, some decent lighting. That's basically it.
Yeah, I would have brought this arm and had it more down towards the side. I don't know why this is cocked so, especially with these elbows the way they are. I would have done everything to mitigate that elbow. I mean, there's no reason for it to be bent that much. Brian, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have to agree. I would say the depth of field is really good. The lighting is good. I mean, it's outside, so, and
Yeah.
I would say because of this, it does kind of look like a generic shot. So the only thing I would have changed would be the posing, because honestly, the elbows is what kills it. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, it's like your eye goes straight to them. It's so it just kind of knocks out. So my thing was I would have put them in a different pose. Because of the background, I would have left the camera right where it is. Just leave everything right where it is, and just the pose would have been different, so that there was attention. Because the other thing is, those elbows are right at eye level.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the
All you
first
can
thing you see. But yeah, I mean everything else is fine. It is a pretty generic shot, but the whole thing could have been changed a little bit just from the posing.
All right. Well, I want to take this moment though to give a round of applause to McFarlane for giving a figure joints. But McFarlane, sir, you do need to work on your joints. I'm just saying.
Although
I remember the '90s when he couldn't
great.
be bothered
Oh
with joints.
yes,
Right.
Yeah.
But here we have joints, but you've done still messed up. You got to keep practicing. Don't rest on your laurels now. Keep
Right.
working, man.
He had those crazy joints where you can only go this way or only go out.
He needs to take a lesson from Mafex, man, because Mafex is nailed joints. I can't wait until I get my symbiote suit Spider-Man. Let me give a shout out to Luminara. How you doing? How you doing? It's good seeing you. Thank you for popping in. But
Actually, NECA made some improvements before too, because I remember I bought the Gears of War figures.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are terrible. Those were terrible. I mean, literally, it felt like they put them in a seated position and then painted it. It was just absolutely bad. So that was. They've made some improvements over the years. So which by the way, I just yesterday picked up the Doc Brown.
Nice.
One he's in a hazmat suit, and normally I don't really pick up 1/12 scale figures, but I was like, gosh, if by buying this and I already have the other Doc ones, now I have 7 different Doc Brown heads to choose from.
Nice.
So that like makes a big difference. So
unlike Hot Toys, where you got that one head to choose from, that's it.
Yeah. Right.
That's the only head you got.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch flies. Leave me alone.
Yeah, man. NECA put Hot Toys to shame with their head sculpts. I mean, oh my gosh, their head sculpts are so good. I was like, what happened? You know. So yeah, but as far as this is like, yeah, finally McFarlane he's expanded. It only took him what 20, 30 years to do.
Only,
Mhm.
yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Pablo, sorry, go ahead. What?
No, I agree with
I was
everybody.
going to ask Pablo if you want to chime in here.
No,
I
I
thought I heard
agree
Brian
with what
start
everybody
speaking again.
said. Yeah, I'm not sure why he had to have that arm up. That would have worked if he had a cigarette, then that would kind of make sense why he has that other arm up. But yeah, I would have had that arm down. Uh, just just to take away from that elbow joint. And it's not his fault. It's the figure's fault. It's McFarlane's fault for yeah.
You
Yeah.
But
got to play to your figure's strengths. You can't. I know you want to do poses, but if it doesn't look right, you either got to change your camera angle or change the pose.
Yeah.
but
Those are your options.
but the
If you
lighting is
want to
on
do a
point though.
nice
The
Yeah.
lighting is on point. Yeah, his lighting
Yeah.
is really good. It looks like he might have used the bounce card and just the sunlight with that,
That's
but
probably one on the left. Yeah, camera
yeah,
left.
but it's great. I like the lighting on it.
Mm-hmm.
that the lighting is good. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll agree. But it can't make up for the figure though.
Yeah, no, and it's not his fault. It's just but yeah, that figure's just those gaps are just horrible.
But
And
circular again. I'm sorry this has taken us over a month to get to it, but please in the future tag me. Don't just rely on the hashtag, and because the hashtag is just can't be trusted. This is ridiculous. This is CT603s.
603.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we'll take care of this, and then we'll go back to our regular scheduled program with the people at Tagney. But this is his Boba Fett. I like he's got the money here. I don't know where he got that from. That's
yeah.
cool. It's probably John Wick. Probably the John Wick figure.
It's possible.
Didn't he have the whole bunch of
Possible,
coins
yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
So,
That's a good idea.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but Brian, I'll let you start.
I think the glow is a little too much, to where it kind of bleeds over to the other side. I kind of want to tone down the lights a little bit to give a little more shadowing because it's I don't know, it's their face and everything looks a little too pale for me, so I would have made it a little bit darker. I probably would have brought the background darker as well, so that the attention would be focused more on the figure. But and I understand the artistic style of their camera angle. So I would say that's good out of the box thinking. That's a good idea on that. And out of the gold in the helmet, that's a nice touch. I agree with that. That was really, really good. So I would say the pose is good. The camera angle is unique. So that's really, really cool to see. And can you actually go to the other
The
picture?
next shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a straight on shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
honestly,
elbow's bent here, so I wouldn't go with this shot because it just doesn't look right. You want that arm fully extended out.
Yeah. Right. But see, that's the thing. You see how they were using a light to kind of give light to the flame,
Mm-hmm.
but you see how that light actually bleeds behind
Under the
it.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
Go
feather that, use
to
a
the
black card or whatever to
Yeah,
feather
you
that.
Yeah,
just-
exactly. Like we were talking about earlier. Yeah, if they had used that, then that would have brought it more, and it actually would have brought the background a little darker, which is it's
Well,
kind of
and he needs to light up Boba Fett more with that yellow too, or the flame
Mhm.
color. Like this whole side of his face would be pretty bright, in that yellow tone.
yeah, directly from the front, not from the side. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. It's too much of a white light on.
Yeah, you should have had a whole bunch of
other
that
side.
yellow
Yeah.
warm light here, all here and back to the left. So
Right.
you want to
right,
put a
right.
light almost where the camera is, and just
Yeah.
you
So
set one
the-
right
the
on top of the
choice-
camera. That's what
Right.
I've done in the
Right.
past.
Yeah. So the choice of lighting is good. I mean, they're definitely there, but I would have toned it down a little too much. It's like it's too bright.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible their lights was like right there on top of the figure. So that's But
Well,
overall,
I mean-
everything is good.
CT603, he's rocking it. He's trying.
Yeah.
Pablo, you got any thoughts?
Not too much to add to what's already been said, but the only thing I probably would have done differently was get that away from the background further. that's why he's probably getting too much of that spill onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And if he would have done that, I think he would have gotten a darker background. And because I mean, what I'm looking at here, it looks like a product shot, so it kind of works for that. But just having it so close to the background and then being able to see where the back and the ground meet that edge, it kind of it's a little distracting.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I like the angle, I like the pose. But yeah, that on the other shot that we went over, yeah, his arm should be straighter, not have that bend. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he had that arm a little, yeah, those, I'm not sure what the range on the bending on that elbow is.
He can do a straight arm. He just,
Oh, okay,
for whatever reason, he didn't do that.
okay. So,
I don't think
but
it's even straight here, but it works okay
Just
here.
look
We don't
straight
see
there,
it.
yeah.
Works from that angle, yeah.
yeah, I mean, this I like this angle that he shot it here. But yeah, he needs to get that figure further away from the back and get a shirt to block some of that spill onto the background.
And I feel personally that this Dutch angle is a little extreme. Maybe
It is extreme, but it works. So it
It
Yeah.
does work, but I think
Yeah.
I would have tilted it back a little bit more. Like just you know, he's almost standing. This is almost like watching the '60s Batman stuff now. I remember as a kid, I was watching that. It's like, are there something wrong with their rooms? Why are they always?
Right.
I was like, how are people standing up straight? I don't get this. But Harry, man, what are your thoughts today? Anything?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with everything. I feel like the lighting on the flame is coming from the wrong direction, and then the other side is just too washed out with white, so it doesn't look like the light from the flame should be overpowering whatever light that's there in that
Yeah.
room. I feel in that moment. So I think
Um,
sometimes, and I agree with Pablo too with the background. I think sometimes it helps to just adjust your ISO, go really low to the point where you can't even see the background anymore, or even the figure, and then take your light and start to light your figure that way. I think that might be something that you want to look into as well, or just move away from the background, like Pablo said.
Or another
this-
option. Another option. I mean, depending if I'm not sure if he uses Photoshop or any type of software to edit. I would have done two shots with this. I would have shot it like this, and then I would have shot a second shot without moving anything, and just having a bright light on that flame, and then mask the flame to reveal the brighter flame underneath, and then he would have eliminated all that spill that's on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do as well.
Yeah, I mean
here's
that's
an
what I do.
example of a flamethrower. By the way, this is not a toy photography picture, but I like this to try to
Yep.
base on my flame, like any flame shot. This is my goals for lighting. How well, see how he's lit up and the kind of color tones you're getting. I think this is like just a perfect example.
Great example.
I know Quentin Tarantino did a little bit more saturation in this shot, but see how bright his face is here, and then the fall off turns kind of red. It's something to try to emulate when you do fire. I haven't been able to get that fall off to turn red like that though personally, but I don't know exactly how you would do that. But that's my
Use
goal
real
in life.
flame. That's how.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use a shot, because this was not CGI. He used a flamethrower here, and so this lighting is should be pretty spot on, and that's why I wanted to use it for, example. And that's a good thing to do too, guys. When you're trying to figure out how to light something, if you got it, like if you can think of like a scene that's very similar to what you're shooting, get some lighting ideas from that scene. Go pull up. All I did was Google "Once
Use that
Upon
as
a Time in
reference.
Hollywood" flamethrower, and boom,
Yeah.
here we are. So.
That's actually what I did for my John Wick photos, because I mean, when he's going into those nightclubs, they use a lot of blue lighting, but for some of the lights they use a red light, and it just looks so good having that blue and red tone, and you can tell from that they used a white light to kind of separate it, so you can see the two in there. And that's the thing about using flames. When you're using colors for flames, it's like what Harry said. It's like the flame light should be overpowering to the point to where you need a white light to kind of counter it,
Yeah.
But still should give the appearance that is overpowering. And that's what's doing in this shot. It seems like the white light is more powerful than the light from the flame.
Yeah.
I think Casper Corner here has answered I'm going to try this later too. Answer the question on how to possibly light this. So he says, For the proper flame effect that they use in that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, red lights on both sides with a bright white in front would work for that, to get that kind of lighting for Leo that they did there. So I think that's one way to do it. Or if you want to also try like a red and then a warm, like a nice warm orange and then a white, and have it all pointing kind of towards your figure, like for example Leo was, and let all that kind of fall off. Maybe another red, like on this particular pose, you do your white kind of here and straight across, then your orange here, and then your red here, and that would get that nice fall off. And then maybe on this side one more orange and red, depending on how far you want to wrap around the body there. How you doing, S Beam? How you doing today, buddy? Good seeing you.
Real quick before you move on, so and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have no affiliates with these guys. I just love these lights, okay? But these are Aperture MC lights that I use, and whenever I'm doing fire,
they're awesome.
There's actually a fire effect on here.
Oh, there we go. You can see actually casting that orange on your fingers as well there.
Yeah, and it gives me a perfect flame light every single time, and it actually, when you're doing video, it actually kind of flickers and stuff like that.
And those are also magnetized on the back. Those
yes, it has magnets on the back. So yeah, and I literally just stick this on to anything. But whenever I'm using a fire effect, I go straight for these guys, and it just.
And you make me buy those, man. They're not cheap either. And if I buy them, I got to do it right. I got that 4-pack where it's got the charging station in the suitcase, man. I was looking at them for a while. I really was.
Yes. They're not cheap. I think it's like $90 for just one.
Yeah, and if you get the case, it's like $400. So yeah.
Yeah, but they're so good. I just love using these lights so much.
I need to get a nice big key light first though before I go buy any more of those little ones.
Yeah.
Let's move on though. Let's move on to the properly tagged stuff now. Again, Quainar52, man. I have not seen Quainar post in a while. He's got this awesome Spider-Man from Homecoming, or
is this quarter scale?
I don't know. He doesn't say here. He just tags everything, and I gotta like this. He just hashtags everything.
I think it's 1.6.
Yeah, that bump on the forehead there. I think it's kind of giving it away.
Yeah, and Casper Corner says they'll stick to their $1 score. That's always good too. That's always good.
It works too. Yeah.
If it lights up, then honestly, it works.
Yeah.
But who would like to start in on this Spider-Man? I think Harry should, because he is a hardcore Spider-Man, particularly the Tom Holland stuff. He doesn't want anything to do with Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales.
What are you talking about? I mentioned specifically many times that I love that movie on this channel. Many times.
It's my little way of throwing you into the bus again for choosing to be different than the rest of us.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome to send me one of those. You're very welcome to do that.
I do have two, but
yeah, exactly.
Alas, no. So, but we'll let you start. Go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of this shot, honestly, compared to other shots that Quainar has submitted, I think this is one of my favorite ones. I think the lighting here is really good. I think the pose is really good. There's not enough in the background to know where he's standing at, and I think that kind of worked here. It doesn't have to be a scene. It almost kind of looks like just product photography, and I think it works for this shot here. Composition is pretty good as well. But I do think the light is a little bit too overblown. Camera left. I would maybe tone that down a little bit. It's kind of blowing him out, making him look a little bit too red. But other than that, yeah, I think this is one of his better shots.
Yeah, one thing I would suggest on this one here is if you have the ability, your focus here is great, but I think what would be great is if you could open up the aperture a bit more so you can get more fall off, and that way this wouldn't look so jarring. Like get this more bokeh out. It would look like a gradient effect behind him, and not like, I don't know what's going on here, but this texture here is bugging me.
Looks like it could be
like a background card that you get with like this texture.
Yeah.
It's just distracting me, like looking at all this stuff. So I would bokeh that out more with the tighter focus. Get more bokeh if you can,
I
and
wonder what he
yeah,
shoots on as well. I wonder if it's
yeah,
his on his iPhone or
yeah. It doesn't say.
yeah.
But yeah, then your light, of course, I would feather this off a bit more so it's not so, because you barely have any shadows, and you want to play with some shadows over here on this side specifically. So I would have pointed that light a little bit more towards his left, so it would kind of gone off maybe, you know, so it's not directly on him, and that way it would fall off and feather on him and give more shadows to this other side, and not overly light the whole figure. I think that would help out a lot too. But then you might have hit the background with that light, so
Yeah.
you'd have to play with that, figure that out. But that's where I would have gone with it, depending on your light setup. So, Brian.
I kind of get a different perspective on this because
Okay.
I
You're
think
allowed to do that.
I think his I think his background actually complements the figure because the suit he's wearing is red, black, and blue, and what I see in the background is red, black, and blue. I see the red along the bottom. I see the blue on the opposite side from the elbow, and then having the black across the top. So I mean, it's yes, he could have gone where it was just honestly for me, I probably would have done it. I probably would have made the entire background black, and just so where you're focusing on the figure. But because of honestly, I don't know if the red is reflecting off of the suit, but it looks pretty artistic to see you have red, black, and blue in the background. Uh, it's easy to mistake it though that it's bleeding into it, and so therefore it's it could look that way, but I mean it's for an artistic perspective. I think he did a good job. Now if that was happening by accident, then yeah, I would have made some changes. I would have eliminated that.
Well, I mean, I'm not begrudging him the colors of that background. It's just the
Speckling aspect of it.
speckling
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
distracting. The colors are fine. It's
You
just,
see that up on the bottom too.
Yeah.
The reds kind of do that same pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just more
but I don't know
curious
why it needs to be
to-
there. I think it's just a bit too distracting. Like the colors, I think are fine. If it was just like a gradient of that color, like doing that, and you couldn't see that spackling of whatever, then I just feel like the spackling kind of cheapens the shot.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
I kind of wonder how he does it, to be honest. Like, is that a digital background that he composited in, or is that an
It's
actual
probably like
thing?
some kind of card or something. I mean, it looks like something that if it's a digital background, it's something he blew up that didn't have the pixels to blow up that big.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure, but I don't think it's digital because I don't think it would have had this black fall off like this. It wouldn't have been
Yeah.
black. So let me give a shout out real quick to those wonderful toys. Thank you for joining us today. And it's okay, man. Better late than never, as Cheech
Yep.
said, and Ghostbusters 2. Guardians of the Titanic. Pablo, have you gone yet? I don't think
No.
so.
I agree with both Brian and Harry.
Oh, snap.
I agree with Harry about the light needs to be toned down a bit, that white. And I also agree if he would have moved the light a little bit, just a little bit more to get some more shadows on that side, would have, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that. Like I agree with all three of you. But the background isn't as distracting as, to me. It's not as distracting. I kind of like it. It adds an artistic feel to it, but at the same time it does cheapen it a little bit, like you said. But there's somebody else. I'm not sure who it is that does something similar where he has that kind of background, but he incorporates it on the figure itself too. By it makes it look like he's showering them with water. It's got a cool
Mm,
effect that he does. I'm not sure who the
I think
guy
I
on
know.
Instagram is,
I think I might know who you're talking about.
but he kind of uses the same type of backgrounds, but he kind of adds that element on the figure itself too. So I think
Mhm.
if he would have done that with this, I think it would have helped. But then again, this is a 1/6 scale, so I don't know. That's probably not a thing you want to do with
Yeah,
the
not a
figure.
good
So
idea.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I do like how well lit he is, though. But yeah, if he had, I would just tone it down just a little bit. But the colors overall, I like the colors. I mean, it looks like a really good product shot. That's what this looked like to me.
I don't think
And,
it's Mr. Lee.
Yeah, so those wonderful
it's
toys
Mr.
are asking if it's Mr. Lee, but he doesn't have any grain in his stuff, man. It's all very smooth,
Yeah,
very like.
Mr. Lee. Yeah, his you could definitely tell Mr. Lee's work. But no, I need to remember who that other photographer is that does that.
Let me refresh this. I had a few tags there while we were talking. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh.
Pop and Sun Collectors. Look at that, man, flashing that damn freaking thing in my face. Ian said that it might be Unicorn Warrior, by the way, and he does use a lot of that rain effect.
Yeah.
I think it might be him. Yeah.
But that's actually water. I think he's shooting.
Mhm.
He's actually doing spray bottles. So
Yeah.
but I can see where you're coming from there. Thanks for teasing me with this Pop and Sun Collectors. I appreciate it. One day I'll own it. Poor He-Man though. I don't know what's up with He-Man. Is that He-Man? I don't know. It looks kind of like He-Man.
No, I think it was a Templar Knight because you can see the helmet in the front.
Oh, okay.
The
Let's see.
floor.
We'll get some arrows over here. Ooh, I kind of dig that. That's actually. I know it's just a Photoshop filter, but
That looks pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
an art piece, like a painting.
What's going on, R3 Toys? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Daniel, Unicorn Warrior. I like Daniel, but he's in the UK. It's hard to get him on here. This is okay too. I think I like that second one the best, even though I know it's just a real easy Photoshop filter. I really like how that came out.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Really
That's
cool.
really cool. Pop and Sun Collectors. I'm really digging. I mean,
Page, yeah.
I would live on this filter because but it did work really great here. I love what it did with the reds here. It just
Mm-hmm.
it just looks great. Let's go to the actual photo. And we'll let Pablo start since he's got this figure and he likes to rub it in my face all the time.
I was hitting you up, Maz. I was like, Maz, get on top of it. Maz, get on top of it.
You didn't hit me up on this. You hit me up on some turtle that I can't get because it was sold out.
That one too. No, I do love the lighting on it. I love the blue and the red. He captured it pretty well. I like that he included the helmet for the Templar Knight in the front. That kind of like gives a story of where that head came from that he has hanging around the horse. I like the flame effect that he added on to it to give it that realistic flame. The eye on the horse pops way too much though. I think I would have toned it down a little bit because it kind of looks like he's got
There it works.
one eye. It works there, but here it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too bright. I think it just needs to be toned down just a bit. The background is great. He's got enough separation on there from the background. It gives it that nice like not a horror vibe, but what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like I
Kinda
guess
horror, yeah.
like kind of horror.
Spooky vibe,
Yeah,
yeah.
spooky vibe. Yeah, there you go, spooky vibe.
Yeah.
So
It's
it works.
Definitely.
I do like it. And I like the angle that he shot it at too.
It's so spooky. I keep thinking it said Mufasa, and I go, ooh,
Mufasa.
you do it again.
But yeah, overall, I like the shot. I like the angle. I like the lighting. It's really crisp. It's sharp. He did a pretty good job.
I'm digging this shot. Like I said, this is my favorite really this year. This blue I think is a little oversaturated for a true night. I mean, if it artistically you chose that blue, that's great. But if you're trying like a real night scene, that is way saturated. Other than that, I'm digging it. Harry, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the shot is really great. The lighting is obviously really stylized here. But I do think that it could be a little bit more desaturated. The red and the blue come off a little bit too strong for me. So that's why I agree. I do like the filtered version more because it does kind of mute those colors a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get blue turns into kind of a white color, red turns into orange. So I do think that looks a little bit better.
You could sell this as a print, man. I'll tell you
I
right now,
honestly believe
kinda
so.
wanna
Yeah.
buy it as a print.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Not that I have anywhere to hang anything, but I love the way this filter played on this, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, I'm same. I would go more with the filter because that red is way too saturated on the thing because the first question that comes to mind is where is the red coming from? Like what's
From his head. His head's on fire.
Should be orange.
I know it's way too red. for
yeah.
me.
Because if you notice, like the red is also on the inside of the cape. as well.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
So
the cape, I think. That's the product, right? And the product
That's-
got red and cape, Pablo.
Yeah, the cape inside is red and
The
the
red
the
outside
cape
is black.
inside is red. Okay, so if you get, I mean, that's where it kind of throws it off. Okay, so you got the cape on the inside is red. You have this huge red that's shooting across the side and bleeds across
Kind of
the
see
whole
that. I
smear.
kind of see that. Yep. Yep.
And it just it's like, oh, okay,
A little
what's
confusing,
red
yeah.
that's over there?
Yeah.
It's a
It could have
It's
been the
called-
red comet from Game of Thrones, man. We don't ever know what happened with that, man. It just like red comet, red comet, red comet, and then all
I'll
of a sudden,
take that. Yeah.
No, what I'm assuming here is that he planned to do that artistic shot using the filter, and that's
I
probably why
hope so because
that's
this
why
looks
he
awesome.
set it up the way he did. Because
Yeah.
doing what
Yeah.
he there helped that filter right there.
Yes.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah. Because I mean, with the filter, man, that would sell all day long.
Yeah.
But this, I would say the first image would be more of the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Did he tag Mythic? He didn't tag Mythic Legion. You should tag. Wait, nope, I didn't. What did I do? Nope. Go back.
Nice.
Did he tag 4 horse? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, he takes
Yeah,
four horses. Yeah.
He really should tag him on this one though, because I think they would use
Yeah.
this art. I think this is just cool. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah.
But yeah, Poppin' Sun collectors, dude, love this shot. Particularly this one. I know Photoshop did a lot of the work here, but still, this is great. And the fact that
Yep.
you shot and planned for Photoshop to do this work, apparently, because I mean, if you didn't shoot it this way, Photoshop wouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Props to you guys. Good job. The 6-scale salad
Whoa.
killing it again
Wow.
with this Boba Fett, man.
Wow.
You know, not to belittle this at all. In fact, I see that they liked it here. Pardon my French, but this is their name. Fuck yeah, figures. This reminds me a lot of the way he renders out his pictures too, like the highlights and stuff. So I'm seeing a lot of inspiration from Fuck yeah, figures in this shot. Like if we go,
It's Fukia.
let me. Oh, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, man.
By the way, YouTube algorithm, I'm not saying the first word. I'm reading the name, but you know, but you see how he does his highlights as well.
Yeah.
I see a lot of the inspiration from those. So either way, though, you're still making it work. I've personally been trying to emulate some shots like this. I can never get the highlights to work right like this. So
Man, that's a beautiful shot.
props to you. Very clean. Who wants to go first? I feel like I pick on the same people every time when change it up. So somebody jump up.
You know what? I'll go ahead and go first because I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
kinda
literally,
feel
I mean, the lighting, the pose, I mean, everything about this thing is just a great shot. I mean, there's really nothing that can be said about this. I mean, literally, because of the lighting, it draws your attention exactly where he wants you to be. I mean, no matter where you start, I mean, you can start at the Stormtrooper helmet and work your way up. You can start at the body itself and then work your way down to the helmet, or you can work your way down to the gaffy stick. I mean, everything about it is just, it's cropped perfectly. I mean, there's nothing else to be said about this. It's just a great shot.
Yeah, I agree. Since Harry's busy commenting on posts, let's have him go next.
I'm just liking all of his other pictures here. Yeah, 6-scale solid he does some great stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh, you can now say it verbally. It's your turn.
Yeah, I mean, this shot it's perfect in my opinion. The poses, the angle, the lighting, and like the dust particles flying in the air, the rim lights. God, I love the rim lights.
Yeah, the rim light's awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can say about this. It's a perfect shot.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
And Pablo, I guess. Yeah.
I can't
Perfect.
add anything much to it. This shot is
We'll just
perfect.
skip
I
all
love.
you guys. Just say.
I love the shot. I love the angle and the Dutch angle that he shot it at.
So
much
dramatic.
more subtle Dutch angle than the that we saw earlier. Which
Oh yeah. Oh,
it
definitely.
was a great angle for that Boba Fett, but this is more along the lines of that subtlety. I was
It really
kinda-
gives them that I'm the badass vibe. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to go up against him right here. I was like,
He
nope.
even made his helmet look good, and I was really excited when I bought this 2-pack that he came with his helmet. But then when you see it in hand, it's like it's really lazily done. I felt,
Yeah. Yes.
he made it look good here. You know, he gave the helmet a black eye, is what it looks like. I mean, because that's how bad the helmet is. It's just it porks me in the eye, sir. the helmet swelled up. I don't know what's going on. But this is great, man. 6 Scale Salad, great stuff. Thank you for sharing this. We already went over to Spider-Man. Let's go to JP Rex. SK, we got, I guess it's a T-Rex versus some mean other dinosaur that doesn't really exist. But Rex it does.
Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex, yeah, the one that can cloak or something.
Yes, that's the one that can cloak. Yep.
Yeah, the one that
because they used chameleon DNA on him.
Sure.
At least that was the science that he was saying. The chameleon, viper, and I forgot what else, and raptor.
They used starfish DNA and had it like grow back stuff as it got cut off.
It's a cool shot. I like the angle. The lighting, I think it needs a little bit more work. It's a little overwashed for me. I think it bleaches out too much. I think on the Indominus. But other than that, the angle is great. I probably would have shot it a little bit more over the shoulder of the T-Rex. But overall, it's a good composition. But yeah, the lighting I think needs just a tad bit more work. But other than that, it's a good shot.
Well, tangent real quick with my job front. I just got a text that my background check hasn't cleared yet because I filled out the paperwork a little late because I was out buying clothes for my said new job. So instead of tomorrow starting, I am now going in on Monday.
Oh, okay.
But hey, that means new comic book day is freed up for me. I can go do that. I'm not worried about comic books disappearing off the shelf. But I'm sorry, tangent. But yes, guys, by the way, my show schedules may change here in the future due to job. Job that gives me money to buy said toys is a bit more important.
Yeah.
Than job I love doing, this job, but it does not help me buy the toys. I'm sorry. If you want to help me buy the toys, I see some of those numbers going on the screen. That's cool. And then, I can be like, the hell would you for a job? But, right now, I don't have that. I don't have that comfort. Brandon Salad, real quick. Let's see. I truly appreciate all the kind words. I guess it's words. Words, guys. It means a lot. I understand what you're saying.
Of course.
So,
of course.
Beautiful stuff, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great job.
But on with JP Rex, man. I think the T-Rex is looking really good here.
The T-Rex is great. Yeah.
Like a toy. So it's just you got to play with your lighting a little bit more. I was reading my text about the job thing, so I didn't hear what you said at all.
No, I was saying that the composition is great, the posing is great, but the lighting needs just a tad bit more work. Because the Indominus Rex is blending in way too much with that background. He needs some more separation.
Yep.
And I probably would have shot more over the shoulder of the T-Rex, just a little bit more. But I do like the composition.
I think if he shot over the shoulder more of the T-Rex, though, he would have lost the Indominus Rex even more because it would have been a thinner profile.
That's right.
So I get what you're saying, but it might have been something that they took into consideration when they did this too.
But I mean, the composition is great. Like I love the composition. I like the crop, but the Indominus Rex is blending in way too much with the background. He needed some more separation. Maybe another color light on the camera right would have probably helped. But
he definitely need an extra color here to help break up this plastic look of this figure. This figure looks very like Hasbro, and it is Mattel plastic, kind of plastic. And whereas the T-Rex, it's got some texture, and you're seeing that. So I think it's a little too much on the highlights of the T-Rex, but it's passable. It's much better, I think, looking than the whatever this blue guy is, the blue dude, Blue Man Group. So, but yeah, like this smooth here, catching that smooth, that's what I think was really taking me out, is that smoothness right here of the jaw. It's very smooth. Brian, I'll let you.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think the only thing that really needs to be changed is the lighting. Because it's funny that you guys are saying that the Indominus Rex looks like a toy, because the T-Rex looks bronze. It's like a bronze toy to me for that one. I think they easily could have changed for the, just as far as the lighting is concerned, and also because of what Pablo was saying, because it does. I mean, his back is bleeding into the background, and you could have changed that just by moving your light somewhere else. That's
We
the
can put a
only.
rim light on the back there.
Rim
So
light. Yep.
Yeah,
because there is some light here you could attest to, like a little bit of rim light pulling him off that.
right.
Let me quickly say though to Bruley, how you doing tonight? Thank you for being with us.
How's it going,
Appreciate it.
Brule?
I mean, he did a good job getting the colors to match the blacks because I'm pretty sure that's a digital background because I think that's
Yeah,
shot from the movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so too. Yeah,
So
and
he
that's
did a
the
good-
thing. That white, that white allows you to see the neck, so that's good. But you lose it to further go back. So
Yeah.
just putting
No,
a light in
they-
a different spot would have been okay.
You did a great job with the background matching.
Mhm.
Harry, any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. The only thing that needs to be changed here, I think, it's the lighting. I think if you have good lighting, and it's perfect, basically.
I'm
So,
sorry, Harry. I'm sorry.
What?
Has anybody seen Avenue 5 on HBO?
No,
Am I the only one? Okay.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Why?
It's a comedy kind of spoofy show on HBO they're doing now on Sunday nights. They're on season 2, and they got this like rich guy that owns everything, right? And they're trapped in space. The captain. This is a tangent, guys. By the way, the captain is an actor. He doesn't
Oh, it has
actually.
something to do with his pictures, though.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the pictures, but it's going to make it. You understand why I'm laughing at Harry here in a second.
Okay.
So the captain is an actor. He's not even a captain. He doesn't know how to fly the ship. The actual guy that knew how to fly the ship got killed in the first episode due to what knocked them off course. So they got knocked off course. They're going to be out in space for like 8 years when it was supposed to be an 8-week trip. And the owner, the corporation,
Gilligan
Judd.
Space.
Say again?
I said, is it Gilligan Space?
Kind of. But it's a lot from you. The owner is Judd, and so his corporation owns like Avenue 5, which is the name of the ship, and his corporation to help raise awareness because they're kind of living in the idiocracy kind of day and age. Like, so if you go back when they're watching on Earth, they're like just stupidizing everything, and like it's just really bad. So they had to make a TV show to get people aware of what's happening to them in space to try to get funding to help get them back, right? And so they cast the boss, Judd, and he's a useless mouth breather, and but he his whole thing, like in the show, they have him, saying what Harry had just said, which now it completely left my brain. What did you say, Harry?
Nice. The one thing that you were commenting on and you don't remember it. I said
all that
there's
to
nothing
say,
else I can say.
I don't know.
What I said was there's nothing else I can say.
Crack. Now I can't remember what he said.
What I said was there's nothing else
so
I
much
can say.
time working on the Can you guys know that?
Yeah, that was a long lead up to a whole
All
lot
three of us are on the same page about the lighting. That's all he really needs to adjust.
Yeah, he was just agreeing, and that's what the character does like the entire show. He's like not the boss of anything or anything. He's just like the yes man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's why
What he said.
Harry, I'm gonna
What
have to
he
pick you
said.
first next time, so you know that.
No, but that's about it. And then also, I feel like the Indominus Rex is kind of looking up. I feel in this shot.
Yeah, his
It's a little
pupil looks
weird.
like it's looking up.
Yeah. It's a little weird.
Yeah. Just
But
before
yeah.
he takes a bite. Is that what is that?
Yeah, it's like, huh? It's like, look,
Yeah,
a
these-
bird.
Jurassic Park dinosaurs are actually really nice, but they don't seem to have that imposing height when you're trying to use them with other figures. Like I shot my T-Rex against my Guyver, and I actually had to suspend it by its tail to get that overhead bite that you see in the movies. You
Oh,
just
wow.
can't get that neck articulation of the overhead bite, so it looks like everything's coming in at you like straight ahead. And so I had to literally take them off, off the ground. I'll pull it up real quick. But I had to literally take them off the ground to shoot the downward angle to make it look like. Because here's the original shot, right? See how it's almost straight at him? I had to spin them by the tail to get that kind of overhead bite.
Wow.
So it's really hard to get that angle.
These are cool shots, man. What the heck?
But these are great. This is a great T-Rex figure. This is the Hammond collection.
I need to get that T-Rex, man, before it's gone.
Yeah, you do. They sell it at Target.
Mm-hmm. No,
I get 10% off now.
I was about to say you're gonna get your 10%.
Woohoo! 10%. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just hang out with my 10%. No, this is a great shot. I love the background, JP. You did a great
Mhm.
job with matching that all together. But yeah, the plastic jaw line here is what's really distracting me. I just see that plastic and I go, plastic. But I'm always trying to shoot to make things look cinematic. So that's more me than you. It's not you, it's me. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Moving on. Here's Bane. He's got his fist up. Collectors of the Universe.
Oh, burn.
Bane is mad. Harry, you go.
This I actually really like the shot. I think the lighting here is really great. The pose is really awesome, and it's just got that cinematic feel that I really, really love. So honestly, this is great. The debris flying in the foreground, all bokeh out too. Like that's a really nice touch. Yeah, this is a really awesome shot, I gotta say.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yes, I would say the lighting is good on it. Personally, I kind of would have zoomed out just a little bit so it doesn't look like a random fist coming. Doesn't look attached. You know? That's
Elbow, or at least that bend in the elbow, so you can see his
yeah.
arm.
I would have at least gone out a little bit so I can maybe see the forearm or something to show an attachment there. But that's just camera angle. But as far as the lighting and everything else, yeah, you did a spot on. Did a good job. I like the snow effect that's on there. It's a really nice touch. So yeah, I would say overall it's a good shot.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bane's a little dark. I'd like to get a little bit more light on him just to pull him out. Maybe even a rim light just to pull him out of that background a little bit. I think the rim light plus a little bit more light on his face, to be honest with you. And I would have probably blurred this effect a little bit more to give it a little bit more bokeh, so it has some motion to it, because it's very, it doesn't seem to have any motion. It's obviously like a snow or something, but in order to get that motion like it's snow falling, you need to either
Really
Gaussian
fast
blur
first,
or
yeah.
do a path blur, depending on what you're using. Path blur is probably your best bet because you can actually choose a direction, so you can get that falling angle and get that kind of blur that goes down with it. You'll have to play with the tapering though, of course, because by default, path blur is going to want to tape their crap out of it. It's going to like really long blurs, and you don't want that. So, but I would play with a little bit of blur on that. And just light him up a little bit more. Pablo?
I agree with you. He needs just a little bit more light on his face, but I probably would have put more light in his eyes. I do love the catch light in his eyes, but I would have loved to seen some of the color from his eyes pop out. And I agree with Brian. If he would have brought it back a bit more just to show where the arm is attached, that would have been great. And I probably would have gone with the more of a Dutch. I know he has a slight Dutch angle on there, but I probably would have gone a little bit more if he would have pulled it back, his lens back, just to give us more. I think would have given him more of a menacing look. But I would have loved more light on his eyes. I think that's where he needed more light, was the eyes.
Yeah.
To draw the attention to the eyes. That's where my focus wants to go, but it just blends in too much with the rest of the image. And I think if he would have brought the color of his eyes in, and with that catch light, I think would have been perfect.
I agree entirely. Say hey to Jazzy real quick. What's going on tonight? Appreciate you coming in here. As far as you guys, I meant to address this when I was having my moment to talk, but as far as you guys go, with the crop factor the way it is, like worrying about wanting to see like the elbow or something. I know when I shot my Michael Myers recently, that shot, that was kind of looking up at him. This is of course a different angle, but I noticed something when I tried to shoot it. I couldn't get the elbow in the shot, not because it wasn't possible, but because it was making the pose look weird, like the way the figure and its elbow. So maybe that's why he creatively left the elbow out.
That's true.
And for that, I can see it. But with leaving the elbow out, I think what would have given it a little bit more attachment is to bring that fist pointing a little bit more in. Just kind of curling that fist inward, like I'm doing here. So just
that's true. Yeah,
just giving that little curl in. I think that would have worked just fine with that figure. I don't know the limitations of this figure, but I bet you the elbow had something to do with it, because I know my Michael was not having me show that elbow. He's like, Oh,
That's
you want to show the elbow? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like.
And I agree. There's sometimes when you put your figure in a certain pose, you're like, oh man, that looks great. And then when you put it on camera, it's like, dang, that looks weird.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah,
I had
but
that problem
I
with
mean,
Michael.
for this, if he had just, I mean, he could just do the hand and just the forearm, and your mind will fill in the rest. Your mind
Yeah.
will put the elbow there by default.
I think just
So
twisting that,
yeah.
that fist towards his face, I think that would have been all you needed to know it was his fist, and
Yeah.
not have to.
Or
wouldn't
really,
have
if he instead of doing this, if he had just turned it, just kind of like turned it just slightly, a
yeah,
little
just
bit.
play the fist. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever way, but just I think that's all he really needed to do was play with the angle of that fist, and that would.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. Yep.
But great shot collectors, man. I
Yeah, it's a great
appreciate
shot.
sharing
Yeah.
that with us. Let's take a look what else we got. Here's another one of his Bane shots. This is a lot of empty space here. I know you got like this cool background effect, and everything, but I would have gotten a lot tighter on this.
Yeah, I would have cropped it a little. Or I would have got more of a portrait instead of a landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very just way too much open space here.
I would only do that if you had like a city or something behind him or some kind of walkway or something. But if it's just a straight wall, get rid of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think collectors like the texture and wanted to showcase that texture of what they were using, but yeah, it's a little, just too much. It looks like a lot of dead space behind him, and then you need to pull him off that background some. I mean, I know he's got a little bit of rimming here, a little bit of separation here, but this side needs to be separated and let some of that light spill over the arm, I think. Because you have this side of the face lit up, and I think you want to let that light wrap around the arm like it's, lighting up this whole side a little bit. The way it falls off right here, though, is perfect. So you don't want it to come out over past this part, but you want it to come around this arm and just kind of light him up a little bit. Right there, I think would have been really good. Just a little bit more light like that. Let me address R3 real quick. Let me see. Empty space would work here if there was some kind of apocalyptic background or city or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
What Brian was saying. And Brian, we'll let you continue and expound on that. How about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that is he supposed to be walking? Because that's
Yes, I think, or walking up the stairs. I think maybe he's walking up the steps because
okay.
he's pretty well bent. It looks like he might be stepping up.
Okay, I see it. Yeah. So in that case, the position of the arms should be different too.
Yeah, it looks like he's leading with the wrong arm.
He's leading with the wrong arm on that. Yeah, and honestly, I would have also, because of the pose and because you got nothing interesting about the background, I would make him more interesting by maybe actually have him looking directly at the camera, like he's coming right at you, and you, the viewer, is the focus. But for him to have his head down, I would only put it in that kind of pose if he's actually walking away from something, and because it's just a wall, it's not really much. But I can see where he kind of put it like a little golden light off to the side for the coat there, but you can also see that bleeds into the background as well. So there was like no deflector or anything from that. Yeah. Nice choice of lights though. That's definitely a good choice of lights. It's just the positioning and everything that's what kind of knocks it down a little bit.
Yeah, another reason we want to crop in on this though is I feel the figure is too small for what you got going on here. He's barely in the picture. I mean, you can't make out any fine details. You can't see his eyes. You mean it's just I mean, if you have
nothing to focus on.
Yeah, if you have him this far back or whatever, as Brian mentioned, you want to have him walking away or something, not walking towards the camera. It just if you're walking towards something, you want to try to impose. Because this is, somebody imposing upon your space. They're coming in. They're encroaching your space. So you want to make them larger. You want to bring them in and make them larger. Let me welcome to the show Insightful Imagery. What's going on, Mike? Thanks for being with us.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, there he is.
What's going on, Mike? Yep, we hear you.
Right on.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you, buddy. We can hear you.
Good to see everybody.
Mike, do you want to lay into this one, or do you want to let Harry go first?
I don't care, man. Put me right on. All
right, let's do it. Jump in. Hey, you're right. I'm going home.
All right. So we're kind of at a top view, looking sort of 3/4 kind of the way down, a little bit of an angle there. first thing that stands out to me is that I think a little bit more separation in the background, but I like the pose. I like that figure. It's a good looking figure. I'd like a little bit more highlights in the jacket, just a little bit more something to bring him out from the background. They kind of blend together as far as color and contrast go. And just a little bit more separation because they kind of blend together. Something, even some highlights, some punch in the highlights would bring them out nicely. But that's my first thought is just making it stand out a little bit from the background.
Rock on, rock on. Let's give a shout out real quick to Uncommon Flex. What's going on, Ty? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a minute or two, maybe even like longer. But yeah, it's been a while.
Might even be 2 weeks.
Harry, again, the Batman. Don't you have this figure even?
I do not have Bane. I've been meaning to pick up the Daft toy set and then use the M35 body or something with that because I know that the Hot Toys body isn't great. I think he's got single bend elbow, which is something that I am just not.
That could be why, Brian. That could be why he didn't show the elbow. He only got a single bend.
It might be the single
bend.
bend.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, so.
Or this could have been a Daft Toys one. Who knew? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Yeah, it could be. It does say Hot Toys there, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still a great figure. He looks great, but yeah, I think in this shot in particular, I feel the background is a bit too distracting. I think it looks like just maybe a slab of concrete, maybe he found somewhere and then just used it. And because the figure is in 1/6 scale, I think the scale of it kind of looks really odd with the background. So
yeah,
I think
like
either.
The texture.
Yeah, the texture is cool, but I just think it doesn't really work for 1/6 scale figures. I feel like it's a little bit too jarring. Yeah. So I would punch in, like everyone said, punch in a little bit. Maybe put the background maybe a little bit further back so you get, some of that cracks, bulk it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Switch out of landscape and go into portrait mode.
Portrait. Yep.
If you're going to come in tight, you're going to crop them too far if you come in tight.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, Pablo.
Yeah, like I had said earlier, I would have cropped it in portrait or shot it portrait. I would have preferred double fist instead of having one open hand and one fisted hand. And if he is walking forward, yeah, the walking pose is he's leading with the wrong hand for sure. But I think if you would have done a portrait shot with this and separated him a little bit more from the background to bulk that out, because I could see too much of the texture and which kind of loses the illusion of the size of the scaling. And maybe I think I would have put more of a rim light or a light directly behind him just to give him that nice like a more contrasty rim light, because yeah, he's blending in. For me, he's blending in a little too much. Like the color, there's no separation in color with the jacket. Like Mike said, if he would have brought in some more of the highlights, maybe that would have helped. But I think he needs more of a rim light, and he needs to go back and crop it at portrait style, because yeah, it's just too much of the landscape without there being any other information there. Like if he would have had like some kind of graffiti on the wall that kind of associates to what's going on here, then that would have worked. But yeah, it's just too much, and you kind of lose focus of what this image should be portraying.
Yep.
But I would have switched out that hand because I'm pretty sure these come with extra hands, and I would have put double fist just to give him a more, aggressive look.
Yeah.
Yeah, double fist and lead with that right arm, his right arm, and not his left arm, because he's stepping up with his left leg. So you want to lead with that the opposite arm when you're walking. So thank you, collectors, for sharing that with us. But
otherwise,
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
The grade, it's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah,
I love the color grade.
Yeah, the color grade.
The color is great.
Yeah.
Right. Keep talking on you. Go ahead, Paulo. I'll let
No. The color grade is awesome. Like here, yeah, the color grading on it is awesome. I do love it, but it needs more of a separation though.
Yeah.
And collectors does say it is the Hot Toys.
Oh, it is the Hot Toys.
I'm here, guys, and listening very carefully. So
good. You better listen.
All right, we got another
Oh.
tight shot. This is
This is a
probably-
nice tight shot.
I like this. Yeah, I like this.
I like this one. Although you are cutting off his head, we
Yeah.
try not to do that if we can help
I
it.
think in cinematography
it.
it works. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
in
that.
cinematography it works, but I think he would want the letterboxing node because this isn't letterbox. That would cut off
Yeah,
the
it's
head.
not quite there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that would work awesome if he had the litter boxing on it. Yeah, then that would make sense. But yeah, with the natural photo, yeah, you don't want to cut the head.
yeah. So if you're going to cut the head, you want to do it with a letterbox effect, and if you don't use a letterbox effect, it looks kind of a little off. Not horrible. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something you should try to avoid in the future. Cutting off that head, maybe move him a little bit further back so you get the full head in the shot. But other than that, I love the cast on the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I think you got his lighting pretty well done here. And the background, it looks like a scene you took straight out of the movie. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you did a good job with this one.
Really good shot.
Harry, again, I don't want you to be the yes man, so I'll let you go.
Yes,
I mean, it's terrible. I hate it. You should stop.
Okay, well then,
I think I already said what needed to be said. I think super cinematic. The lighting is. I honestly think the lighting is perfect here. It's just
this is
enough.
like one of your shots, Harry. Did he steal this from you?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like it so much because it just honestly looks like something I would do. So I'm obviously a little biased here, but yeah, the lighting is perfect here. The angle is great. So.
Oh yeah, Pablo, anything to add?
Let's see if anybody has.
I do like the way it is, but I think again I would have brought in just a little bit more light on the eye. The eye is just getting lost, especially since the catch light is on there so nicely. I think I want to see some of the color from the eye. I do like the warm tone on his face, on the side of the face, because it really separates him from that cool background. And the color grading on this is on point as well.
Yeah.
But he also needs the letterbox, so that way it makes sense on why his head's cut off. To me, right now, that's just kind of a nitpick. He was born in the dark. It's
Born
true.
in the dark.
But other than that, the shot's great. I love the shot. I love how tight it is. You get a lot of nice detail on the mask, but you lose some of that detail on the eye. I think his eyes just blending too much, and I would love to see some of that color pop from his eyeball or from
But
his.
as far as letting his eye up, man, I'd really hate to lose the shadow right here in the corner. Though.
Yeah, but there's
I mean,
if
it's gonna be really hard to get that pop and not sacrifice that shadow.
it's true, but if he would have shot twice and layered it, and then he could have brought the color of the eye without losing that. Because I do love the shadow there on the eye, but I just want some more detail in the eye, the pupil itself, just to bring some of that color back.
So, Collectors of the Universe, what Pablo is saying is Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Mike, I heard you want to chime in. What do you got?
Everything.
Sure. My first question is that highlight in the eye, is that painted on or is that actual from
might be
a light
practical.
source?
I think it's
practical.
practical, but Collectors of the Universe who's in the chat could let us know if they want to
Yeah, it
tell us
looks
or if
good.
you want to hold another secrets, then you will
I
never
like
know.
the veins on the head. That looks good too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
see
he
the
caught
detail.
some of that.
To
Yeah.
reiterate what
always
Pablo
probably
said, I do like the warm tone against the cool gray. That works real nice. I think too, just the white in the eye, you wouldn't lose the shadow. Just even, like Pablo said, you could either take a second shot or you could just do a, screen adjustment layer and then brush the white back in at like a 10% or 5% opacity, brush the white back in, it would look really nice. And you'd still keep that dramatic shadow there and just give a little bit more visibility and connecting with the eye. But that's a great looking figure. I would have picked this pose to submit any day over the other one. This one is much tighter. There's much more detail visible in this figure. It looks way better. I like the light on top of his head. It's not glaring and hot. You get a little bit of light right there in the forehead before his head cuts off. And I think it's soft and it looks good. You can still catch the wrinkle in the forehead and all the detail on the figure with that light. So good job on that.
What's going on, Dead Man?
What's going on, Dead Man Juan? How you doing? Brian, have you gone on this one yet? I don't think we had you. You get to be yes man today.
No, but I mean, it's I like the shot. I do love the fact that he has the color tone that he used in the background, so therefore you don't lose the collar on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was really good as far as the lighting is concerned. I think he did a good job. I'm assuming he used the same two lights that he used from the other shot. Looks like he used it for this as well. And actually, I think it's really good. So I mean, we talked about it in the previous shot how you lose a little bit of the skin tone because of the light, but it seems like in this shot he put it back, so you can see the skin tone from the choice of the light and having that white light overhead and everything. But I would say he definitely got it from a good angle, because again, you can see the detail in the collar on one side and how it blurs out on the other side, but you don't lose it. And so that's a good angle on that. So being able to capture all the detail, the lighting, everything, I think it's a good shot.
Yeah, really nice focal range on here. Deadman Juan, make sure you drive safely. I mean, I know you're listening or whatever, but don't try to watch and drive.
Right.
I hope so. But thank you for tuning in while you drive, of course. Collector's Universe, as I said, man, you rocked it out of the park in this one, man. I love this. And the great thing is with the color choices, and I think the reason why we're really gravitating towards that warmth that we like here is that even though this is a gray, it's a blue gray. So he's playing off those complementary colors of the it's very, very subtle, but it's just masterfully done. And I'd say that, honestly, masterfully done with the color choices here, Collectors of the Universe. Let's move on to this Joker, Collectors of the Universe. You're kind of starting to go over time now. Before we jump into that, let's do R3 Toys. It says Collector's Universe. If you do want to lighten up the eyes, use a hue saturation layer and sample the eye color and adjust the saturation and light/dark sliders so you keep the same color info. Very good tip.
That's a good
tip. Let's jump into this Joker. I'm going to point out something right off the bat. Your Bane was a better shot, but his head turn is very off-putting here, like almost like you twisted his head off, and then you're getting a lot of that plasticky glare, a lot of that reflection from the plastic.
Creepy.
Here, you need to work on dulling that. But otherwise, I'll let everybody else go. I just wanted to sit there and bring you down a bit after that awesome praise.
On this one, I would have tilted the head back a bit, like giving them that praise that they.
This part of the head back.
Yeah, so I would have put that back. I think that would have helped. But I'm not familiar with this figure. Are his eyes closed, or it's just his eyes are way too blacked out on this?
Yeah,
I think they're way too blacked out. I don't think they're closed because it looks like an open eye right there. But
because it makes him look really creepy. And if you were going for that, that works great. But if you were not going for that, you needed to bring some light in his eye, and you don't have the catch light like you did on your previous shots. That's missing here. That would have really helped it out. But yeah, his eyes are way too black. Like he looks like soulless. Like he's not.
He is.
The whole point.
Yeah, but if you were going for that effect, then that works great. But if you were not, you needed to bring some light into his eyes just to bring some of the white, and then of course the pupil, and bring that catch light. But the color grading on this is great also. It looks like you're using the same color grading on all of them. I do like it, but I would have tilted that head a bit more, and you needed to bring some more light into the eyes just to bring those out. But if you were going for that creep factor, then this works for that. So, but yeah, no, that's all I got on this one.
Rock on, Mike. I just want to make sure I grab you because you're at the bottom. I don't see you.
Thanks. The first thing I see that just really distracts me on the shot is above the left camera right eye, that piece of
that little, it looks like hair.
That's catching a lot of light. And
I didn't see that. Yeah, the little bit of hair right.
What I think is, there's a lot of depth of field.
There is a lot of depth.
A lot of focal planes here. And I would like to have seen at least the teeth a little bit more, the upper part of the mouth and the nose. I know you're close to the figure and you're focusing on the eyes, so depth of field is going to fall off really fast. But maybe work the angle a little bit more so that you could get the mouth and the nose a little bit sharper, because it falls off really fast and it goes from kind of blurry to really sharp on the eye. And I would just like a little more sharpness in there so it looked a little more natural.
Yeah.
But and then it falls off after his eyes to his temples, and it falls off really fast, and that's good. But I'd like it to fall off a little less as I'm looking from the nose to the eye, and that would help the mouth out too, because it's a little blurry on the top of the teeth there. And that's all, just those two things.
All right. Let me get the Dead Man Juan real quick, because he's got a little insight here. He says, with the lighting on the chin, it looks like he could have just tilted the head down a little bit and got some light on the eyes. That's very possible, because I can see how the chin's got that nice light there. So if you brought the head down some more, you might have gotten some of that light from here to, whatever that light source is, to pop into the eyes more. That's possible, but I think he'd still be continuing with this weird angle that this head's at. Yeah, because you need to bring this head back this way. Yeah, from the top and just kind of tilt it right.
Even if he would have tilted it the way we're, I think you and I are on the same page. He would have got that light also in the eyes.
Yeah,
but I think
very possible.
Very
possible.
Mm-hmm.
Good, but I mean, if this was the back of the figure, then I wouldn't have any qualm with this particular figure at all. Like in this position, I'd be like, wow, just the Joker Exorcist. I can deal with that, like, spinning fully around. I got it. But yeah, it's just a little off-putting. It makes it very toy-like with this angle. Harry.
Yeah, I do agree that the posing at the neck there could be a little bit better, but I feel like in terms of everything else, I think it's perfect. The lighting is beautiful. I think the eyes were done on purpose. I believe so, because even if with the angle, I feel like with the lighting that he has, it should still light up those eyes.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might have been a stylistic choice. But yeah, I think it's great. Straight out of like a horror movie, awesome shot.
Yeah, if he was definitely going for that, that style, then it works great for that, because it really gives him that that really soulless, menacing, like he's possessed.
Yeah.
Like I get the Exorcist vibes for sure when they when they show that they're possessed and their eyes go all black. Yep. That's exactly what I get from here.
Brian, you got any thoughts on this one?
Okay, I was kind of reading. Sometimes people put pictures in and they put a comment that kind of gives you an idea of what they were trying to capture, and so that's the thing. My advice on this picture is, like, whenever, not just for this photo, but for any photo, anytime you take a photo, the first time you see it, you want to take note of where do your eyes go when you see the photo, when you're looking at your photo, and it's like wherever your eyes go is like that's where everyone else's eye is going to go. So it's like, is that what you want? Is that what you want to see? Because for me, my very first impression looking at it was the eye was the first thing that I would see, because that was the thing that was most lit up. And then when the collar was, or the neck turn was pointed out, I was like, oh, yeah. And then everything else is like, oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see all the other stuff. So for me, that's the two major things that stick out to me that I would have corrected if I had stepped back and looked. Like, I can't see his eye. So literally it looks like he just got punched in the face and got a huge black eye. he can see the pupils. Because it's like if you were taking the photo and your main focus was the teeth, then man, you nailed it. Okay. I mean, you definitely got the lighting on that. You got the laugh. That was good. But then you have to look at, like, okay, is there anything else that would draw attention away from that? And that's the thing, is it's, for me, it's the eye. Like I would have liked to see the pupils so that I can, because it's creepy to have that look, but it would be even creepier if you could tell he's looking right at you as he's laughing. And it's like when you have that laugh and you have, like, man, and the image looks like he's looking right at me as he's laughing, that makes it even creepier. And so for as far as the head turn, I agree on that too. I think that if you had turned it a little bit, just so we can maybe see a little bit of the tie or maybe a little bit of the shoulder on the other side, then it's like you can see, like, okay, because for anyone else, your head really wouldn't turn that far, you know, into that type of thing, unless you were trying to be creepy in another way. But but as far as the lighting is concerned, I think the lighting is great. Your choice of light is good. It's like you put your okay, use your white light just so we can see it. But it seems like just the same as the Bane picture, you change your different color light to wherever you wanted the eyes to go when they see the image. So like I said, if the teeth was your goal, then you got it. But the eye just kind of takes away from it, and the neck and everything else. So I just would have positioned my light a little bit different so I can see both of the, well, at least one of the eyes, and that would be the eye that's more in the light. Because when you look at the other one, is that the pupil or is that just that little
No.
speck right there? Is
No,
that
that's a little eyelid. That's a little bit of eyelid there.
okay? Okay,
So
so there's
the eye
okay.
should be this dark.
Yeah, the eye should be red. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for that, yeah, I would definitely put, because of the eye that's more in focus and the more that's in light, that's the one that I would kind of get more, you know, showing on the pupil and everything else. But your choice of light is great. I'd say that you definitely did a good job with that. I just would have changed either my lens or my light somewhere else to give a different angle.
Even if you wanted to keep the eyes black the way he did,
Mhm.
if you would have added just the catch light, that would have worked. Because if you go back
Yeah.
to see horror films where there's demonic possessions and their eyes turn black, there's still a catch light.
Yes.
And if you would have added that catch light on both eyes, I think that would have been better and it would have worked better.
Yeah.
But the
I
fact that
believe-
there's no catch light,
Yeah,
the
I
creep
believe
factor is there, but it kind of also throws you off. So it's like, well, wait a minute, it is like it something's missing, and that's what's missing.
Yes.
So it kinda
If
throws
he
you
was
off.
holding his
something is-
eyes, this
I
would
think
work
something is
entirely.
literally missing. Guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you
He had his
if you
eyeballs in
look
his
closely, there's
hand.
no eyeballs in there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
yeah,
eyeballs
but if
in his
he
hand.
had the catch light inside the black, then yeah, that would have sold it even better. Because
Yeah.
if you go back and look at films where there's demonic possessions and their eyes turn black, you still see the catch light. Like
I don't
there's
think
still a
that-
reflection.
I don't think there's eyeballs in there actually, for real.
You
It's empty hole.
I don't think
Yes.
there's
Oh,
eyeballs
that's
in there
true.
at all.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing in there. No, yeah.
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 Then
Because
I
that's true.
think
Because
they
it's
had
the whole
him
thing when you're doing in a horror film, when you want the eyes to look black, you still want to have that reflective light so the person who's looking can tell that the person's eyes have gone black or something like that. There's some
Yeah.
kind of light to show that to portray the story as far as what's going on. So yeah, that's the same thing. But it seems to me, because of the lighting, it seems like their attention, I may be wrong, their attention was more on the teeth than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. So-
And so that's what I got on it. So yeah.
Yeah. R3 Toys, he says, I like the awkward pose and different depths of field as it displays chaos, very Joker-esque.
Yeah.
And that's
that's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And I think also, to Brian's point, though, when he was talking about like trying to, with the, everybody's going to look in the same place. I think if you read his quote that he's got at the top, he doesn't want to be the same as everybody else. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same.
Well, hey, if
just
you want
wanna
to be
jab you
different, go
with
ahead and be different.
Yeah.
I just want to jab you a little bit. We're not going to spend a lot more time on this one.
See on that one, yeah. See the
Got a lot of
Yeah.
collectors
Yeah,
of the
see,
universe
right
here,
there.
but this is a lot better. You got the eyes on this one, so that's
Yeah.
great. And you got the catch light in the eyes. It's
Mhm.
great. I think your depth of field is a little too shallow though, because I
shallow.
mean, like right here is all that's in focus. The rest just starts falling off. Like, woo.
Right.
Kind of a cool effect though. It's kind of
Unless he's selling, like whoever's looking at him, he's kind of dazed, which kind of sells it.
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah,
what
that
he's
can sell it,
going
yeah.
for. Like like if it was Batman that was if we're looking through Batman's eyes after he got hit or something or got gassed or something, then that's what we would be seeing. Actually, that
Yep.
it kind of works in that aspect if that's what he was going for.
But we're still cutting off the head.
Yes, the head. That's
Yeah.
Ad Collectors Universe. Anything else we want to say? Like I said, we spent a lot of time with him today, so I want to try to move on to some of the other submissions, but I don't want to cheat in it either. So this is a better Joker shot, though.
yes, I agree. Better joke.
I would honestly just go with an overhead light for this one and not do
Yeah.
the underlight
Yeah.
for this.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need to do the rim light or anything. Just do little towards the front overhead, not even a full back overhead. Let it feather on the backside.
Yeah.
And the front
Yeah.
would catch all this light really well. It'd be
Like I
really
feel
nice.
like
Well, you
for a
would,
shot
I
like
mean,
this,
you
if you don't,
would, if you had that light overhead, I think you would lose the pupils.
that's what I was gonna say actually. I feel like for
So
this
if you
shot, if
get,
you don't see the eyes, I feel like it might work better for this shot.
yeah, yeah,
Actually, you
Well,
will
you
still see the eyes because you'll see the white. Even if you shot it from above, that white would still reflect. On the other Joker's head sculpt that he used, yeah, you were right. Like I don't think the eyes were
I
even
think
in
He
that
might
head
have
sculpt.
photoshopped the eyes out. I think
Yeah.
if I'm
Very
yeah,
possible.
if I'm
Very
correct.
possible.
Yeah.
Anything else new we're gonna add on this, or Mike, or Pablo, or anybody else? All right, we're gonna move on because I see we have Quaynor. Even though it's good to see you again, this is yeah.
I don't think
This
there's
is
much to say about this.
what is.
yeah.
I'm glad you have this figure, but I don't get the appeal. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know this is not what we're about, but I'm just like, I remember when they sold this thing. I was like, why?
Yeah.
It was a con exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably why they did it this
John,
way.
I think you did a great job with Tony's face here.
Mhm.
Love that. And I like the the lights just kind of a overhead going down, but it's over off to the one side, which is great, and feathered out a little bit. It's actually kind of probably coming down more like that. I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. Anything interesting to say, guys? Mike?
I would
Or
have
no?
pushed the background more back. It's too close, and for me, it looks like it's that white light is just washing. It looks bleached for some reason because it's so close. I think if he would have pushed it a little back, I think that would have worked. But then I'm pretty sure he's using the box, right? That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's the
think
box
so.
art. So I
Yeah.
think he's gonna share that off. Oh, Professoro in the chat. What's going on? He says, this
Professoro.
Iron Man reminds me of the see-through colored IMAX.
Yeah,
back
it does actually.
Yeah.
And they brought those back actually recently, didn't they? Aren't
Yeah.
some of the new IMAX with that see through?
Oh,
Right, right. Well,
I'm
there's a
seeing it
reason
now.
why this figure didn't come with a head sculpt because that's the whole thing that just makes the shot look weird because it's a solid head on a
On the
hologram.
hologram.
I like the head deal on that. I think I think it helps sell the armor a little better to me, to be honest with you.
But
I like
is
or
the
something.
armor half translucent and half because that
yeah,
arm
his
does not
arm
look
is not
translucent.
translucent
Yeah,
at all. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the armor.
nor the shoulder
Yeah, and
armor parts are not
yep.
translucent like the rest of the
Yeah.
body is.
Yeah.
I think it's just the lighting. I think if you shine the light in the areas, because if you see on the top shoulder that's in the foreground, that is actually like a translucent part.
Yeah, right
I
there.
believe that parts of
Yeah.
it is translucent and parts isn't. I've seen
Yeah,
a few,
parts
I've seen
is-
a few
yeah.
Mark 7
reviews.
that
Yeah.
they made like this, right? Because I have the regular Mark 7, but not this version.
Yes, it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look that way. It's supposed to look like you can see inside,
Mark
of not
4.
the entire thing, but just certain.
Sort of
Ask-
frost.
Yeah,
Certain parts of it is.
I think the biggest thing that would have helped, I would have liked just a bounce card on the other side,
Yeah.
and maybe a diffuser between camera left and the shoulder.
Yeah, I think if you had a diffuser on that, yeah.
And a bounce card, because that would have softened all that light up, brought some in on the other side, and really took advantage of that translucent armor. It
Yeah.
would have put a soft light on a soft sort of looking armor and allowed you to probably see some more detail in there. Side lighting is always good for something like this. And move the background back a little bit because it's a hard shadow on the box and it's a little too in focus, and it doesn't really need to be that in focus. So it would have helped soften all that up. But that's my take. Where's that red light on his face coming from? Is that painted on or?
I think it's just
I think
reflecting.
it's reflection from his
Yeah.
suit, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I want
'cause
to say,
Iron Man
Head or
doesn't
red
come with it doesn't come with a head at all for this particular Iron Man.
Yeah.
it's a cool. I mean, I like this. This is the Mark IV actually.
Yeah, I think it's Mark IV. Yep.
7 wasn't until Avengers.
Yep, Mark IV. Yep.
So I do. I actually I like his head sculpt being on the body. I think it helps solidify the figure a little bit. But it's cool. Anything else we're going to say about this one today? We want to move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I think.
All right, we'll move it on then. Pablo.
Hey.
Pablo. Giving up the hat to Leo, man. That's his hat. Give it back to him.
That's why they're
No,
fighting.
that's what they're fighting.
Yeah.
Leo was like, it looks better on me.
Is that a custom head sculpt though? I like that kind of
No,
motion.
that's it's from the Turtles in Disguise set. They had multiple lower mouth expressions that you can swap out.
Oh yeah. Hold on, R3 Toys. I've never photoed a translucent figure. I wonder if a polarizing filter would help. It's very possible.
Yeah.
That's something I don't go over a lot is the filters, mainly because I've stopped kind of using them. I used to use them when I first started, but now I've gotten better at lighting, so I don't have a lot of the issues that I have to really like apply a filter for. There are times though, but I just
I have a polarized lens that I use, but I only use it when I'm outside, just to eliminate glare and everything. And that's the only time I use it. But if I'm indoors or anything like that, that's why I try and capture as much light as possible. But sometimes if it's a glare or something like that, but whenever I'm outdoors, that's the only time I use that filter. And I only have one lens, just a 70-200.
All the time because I didn't know how to light properly, so I'd always use an ND filter indoor, trying to make up for the fact that I had my exposures like just way off. So now I don't even use that.
Polarizer filter, you lose light too. You lose 1 to 2 stops of light depending on the filter and how you have it.
It's true. Yep.
Regular polarizer, you can lose up to 2 stops. So you're really kind of going backwards in some ways to gain an advantage in another. And so, it's a trade-off. But
all right, let's talk about Pablo's work here, and then we're going to move on to real people.
Real people.
People that don't work for the channel.
Yeah, with the amount of love that goes on, that's why I'm not submitting no pictures.
We're moving pretty slow tonight. But I'm digging this shot, dude. I love. Is this in camera? Fog?
It's in camera fog, with my fog machine.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice done. You said a fog machine?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you're using a hose to kind of.
Yeah. So the way I have my fog machine set up, I made a custom chill box. So I have a hose coming from the fog machine into that chill box that I have filled with ice and water. So as the fog runs through, there's about like 3 feet of hose inside that chill box that the fog runs through. So as it's running through, it's getting thicker and heavier. And then of course I have my diorama. I have it damped a bit so it sticks longer on the ground, but having that chilled fog makes it heavier and it lingers longer on my diorama, and I get a lot of nice shots like this.
We're going to do a video where you tell us how you did that. So
yeah.
Thing. That'd be great because I'd love to know how you got. You said you got chilled fog running through your fog.
Yeah, so it's just a cheap little fog machine that I got at Walmart during Halloween time. It's like the best time to get them. And then and I bought a small little lunch cooler. And with that lunch cooler, I drilled a hole on the bottom on one end and on the top on one end. And then I got some adapters to run some rubber tubing. So I have 3 feet of tubing inside that lunch box that I fill with water and ice. And I put salt. Hey, what's going on? And
I heard Miles disrespect you. I ain't gonna let him do that. Not with me here. Hell no.
That's why he's
Hell
here.
no.
Lou, I gotta give a shout out for helping me get that black symbiote Spider-Man for BBTS, man. I was in the car with my wife. We were going somewhere, and she doesn't like me spending money, but you're like, "Hey, it's up." I'm like, "What?" And I get to it, and it says sold out. I was like, "Dang it!" And then you and I were kind of talking a little bit, and I was like, I hit refresh, and it was back. I was like, "Buy."
Nice.
I didn't have a chance to say payments or nothing. I just like buy.
Yeah.
What helps chill that quicker is adding salt to the mixture. So you put salt over the ice with the water, and it rapidly freezes up that water, and it thickens up the fog. It helps a lot. So, and I learned that technique from a couple that does Halloween decorations. They made a huge custom chill box to be able to let the fog stay longer on their grass. And so I took that concept and just shrank it to
what
toy
did you
photography.
do?
I made a custom chill box for my fog machine to make the fog last longer and stay on the ground longer. In this shot, you can see the fog on the ground.
Oh, you can't.
So that's how I do that trick. Yeah, that.
So
all that's missing, if you've got
salt
salt and ice, all that's missing is a little cream, and you've got ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Pablo, what I'd like to do is maybe in the next week or so, if we can bring that chill box and
Yeah.
do a full in depth, like how you built it. And
I need to do a better video. A few months back I showed up behind the scenes with the Plunderlings figure that I did, and I kind of showcased it in there because someone had asked me how I did the fog, if it was dry ice or if it was done in Photoshop. And I kind of shot a behind the scenes on how I run my system. It's very quick though, but I need to do a more in depth on it because a lot of people have been asking me how I do it.
So long
Yeah,
as
I
you
can
have
do
everything.
it. Yeah.
Steve Morrow, though, he's really appreciative. He says, love the knowledge about the chilled fog. And I agree, man. This is great knowledge to have. R3
Yeah.
Toys, small detail, but the posing on the I assume wired cape is awesome. So he's digging your
Thank you.
pose here for Leo. But real quick, while we got Lou here, and Lou's the turtle guy.
You already
Lou,
know.
you want to jump into this? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me bring you up. What do you got
That's
there?
an awesome slash. That's like the best slash they've made.
Dude, I need to order him, man. He's on. Oh, wait. I want to order the
This
one
is
on the left.
This
the
is the
arcade.
Archie.
Yep.
This is the arcade.
Yep.
Completely different. Completely different.
You want the
Oh,
Archie one?
still-
I sold him
still dope,
BBS,
still
but I need to
dope.
get a paycheck first, so
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
buy
better
him.
one.
Yeah. That is the better one.
This is the hero. This is the hero. So
Yeah.
It's great, man. It's great.
hold on.
So
Can we
I'll let you
enhance? Let
jump
me
into
enhance
this one,
this.
Lou, if you want to do that while you're here.
Dude, this is perfection. This is
Thank you.
absolute perfection. I love the tilt shot. I love the vines hanging from the sides and the back. I like the roots in the back that kind of give that wilderness environment. Like, yeah, this could be somewhere out there in the far away land and fantasy world that actually exists where these two collide. And then the fog, chef's kiss, poses, no complaints here. There's nothing
Thank
I can say that would make this actually better.
Yeah, I dig it, man. This is great. Now, Pablo, I do need to ask though: is there a reason why the characters aren't connected? Though, I mean, it's obviously you're going for that, sword against whatever his weapon is. But
At first, the first shot I did, I had him connected, but for some reason I wasn't feeling it, so I wanted to make it show like he's about to connect. Like he has not connected on the sword yet, but he's already bringing that sword down. And initially, I did have an effect on there, but it was covering Leo's face, so I removed it. Where the swing of the blade, I do have an effect that goes on there, but it was just covering up the face, and I was losing the detail in the eye, so I removed it. But I didn't want the contact on the sword yet. Like I wanted to indicate that he's bringing that sword down and hasn't made contact on Usagi's sword yet.
Okay, all right. Harry's got to go. Apparently, he's got to take his sister to soccer practice.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Harry.
Later, Harry.
Yeah.
for
Sorry, for the
being here.
next
Is there anything
week or two, I'm basically a full-time dad. So just taking care of my siblings, taking them to school, cooking food, feeding them, all that fun jazz. So
Welcome to my world.
yeah.
you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do, Bobby.
Take care, buddy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Harry,
head out.
for being here,
Thanks
man.
for
I
having me.
appreciate
Super nice seeing everyone again. And,
Likewise.
It's good to see that you're sitting down though this time around.
oh yes, finally, I'm on a couch for once in my life. Oh my God.
All right, Harry. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being here tonight, man. Is
Oh,
there
of
anything
course.
going on
Thanks for having me.
before you go? Or
What's up?
is there anything going on you want to mention before you go?
Nothing much actually. I'm very limited in terms of workspace here in this space. I don't even have my tripod with me, so not much I can do. Yeah.
Ouch.
So you use the cereal boxes and candles to keep your
Yeah, basically, I'm just stacking boxes right now to keep my camera stable, and it's not fun, So
I'm not.
I'll try and come up with something. I still want to post stuff, So I'll
You
try.
could always make a custom rifle rest. Is what I made myself to be able to shoot on the ground. It's they're called rifle rests. It's
Rifle wrist. Oh, okay.
yeah.
essentially all it is it's like a bean bag filled with it's a heavyweight bean for like the big bean bags, but you make a cylindrical little pouch and you fill it up,
Okay.
and then you can make that. Usually it's made for you to rest your rifle on it
Okay.
for when you want to zero in your scopes, but you can use it
Mhm.
for a camera. That's what I use whenever I shoot outside. If I do shoot outdoors and I need to lay on the ground, that's what I use, and it's really stable. So that's
Cool. Yeah, I gotta look into that.
I'll send you a link to a tutorial on how to do it. Like, it's really
Sure,
simple to
sure.
do.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be
Albert with
awesome.
all the answers today, man. Crazy.
But
All right,
yeah,
Harry.
other than that, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Dropping by and just watching us. Talk about nonsense. And yeah, please, give Moz a like. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. So
Yes, hit the like
yeah,
button.
yes,
Later,
please.
man.
Hey,
Later, dude.
All right, later,
Harry,
guys.
yeah,
good night, man. Thanks.
on this
Um,
shot,
Yeah.
did you use the dinosaur in the bottom to take up white space, so there wasn't white space down there?
No,
Okay.
when I set up the shot, like I started off with the diorama first. Like I put things out. Like you can see a rabbit to the camera
Yeah.
right, and there's a turtle in the background, and then I just put the dinosaur just to add stuff in the background to make it look like they're actually in the wilderness, and there's other things going around in the back, and they just happen to be witnessing this battle going on.
Battle. Yeah, I thought,
But it so happened that it lined up perfectly in there. I was like,
yeah, where the branch ended, there would have just been white space.
yeah,
So
there
I
would have
thought
been white space.
that would
Yeah.
have been, that was a good use of a prop to put in there to
Mhm.
do that. Good shot, man. I like that shot.
quick thing to point out, because you mentioned earlier that you couldn't make it look right when they were connected here in the pose. I think that's largely in part due to the bend in the elbow here, because it almost looks like he's in a pose to do that strike. He's not actually. It doesn't look like he's in any kind of fluid motion to actually strike.
Right. Yeah,
So
and
I
I think there's a
honestly,
reason for that.
I lost it when I
Limitation.
removed the effect. If the effect was still on there, it would have sold the
What?
motion. It would have sold the motion better. But since I
Lou?
took the effect off because it was just covering the eye and the hat, I just didn't like it in the shot.
I got Lou full screen
Yeah.
so you can show me what you're trying to show me.
See, the limitation to the figure is that, to get that two-handed swing, you either bend the crap out of that shell, boy, or you risk having that bend. And also in impact, which he's trying to convey, you don't fully extend your arm until impact.
Yeah.
So he kind of got it right. He kind of got it right. A
But his
lot of
arm's too
Bushido
close to
over
the
here.
body too, though. Is the point? It's like it looks too close to
Yeah.
the body, which is why it
But,
looks.
you know,
Yeah, and that's the
a lot of
limitation. That's the
turtle.
limitation on the figure. But yeah,
It's the
yeah, yeah,
limitation of the figure.
yeah.
But that's why
That's
the
what I was trying
impact
to
I
show
feel
you.
isn't looking right to
Yeah.
me.
No, and I see what you're talking about. Yeah, no, but yeah, like I said, I sacrificed the swing effect, and there was some other stuff I sacrificed because it was just taking away from Leo's face. It was just because the effect that I have really covers it. His whole face would have been behind the effect, and I just like, no, I'm gonna have to just take it out.
Did you use a Mezco effect? Is that what you
No,
used it for?
are you? Do you know Can of Beans on Instagram?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That sword effect, the swish effect. That's what I
Okay.
was using. Yeah.
Yeah, that effect is very whatchamacallit? It's clever, but it's the way it's designed. It kind of gets in the way if you're not, placing it properly. But I
Right.
would have used the Mezco one, the curved one, the
The curved
swoosh,
one. I probably
because
should have used that one. Yeah.
because I think if I'm correct, it's like a left-handed hook, so you can actually have the blade covered on one end, and it will be on the
And
inside,
I should have used it. I had that one.
and it would go over his head, and it would just be the tip of the blade, so it could convey that motion that you're looking for without covering Leo's face,
Yeah.
and be technically over his head.
I brought this up just to kind of show off what you can do, even though they got limitations. Like this arm here.
Not the same turtle. Not the same turtle.
I
Not the same
understand
turtle.
that.
He's gonna get
I
you, man.
Not the same turtle. I will eat you up, Maz. Not the same turtle.
I'm not trying to
Not
say
the
the
same
same
turtle.
man. I'm just saying, look how I got this arm though. Just it's not really bent like it should be, but it's the camera angle is selling it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that the angle that I shot it at was the angle that I wanted. I wanted that where you can see both Usagi's face and Leo's face. If I would have done it any other way, I would have lost.
You that perspective shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have worked. And I probably could have. And actually, I still have this shot set up. I haven't taken the figures down. They're still in my garage on my diorama like this. I might just do an over the shoulder shot from Leo and do a different perspective of it. But I really wanted to show Usagi's face, and this is the only way I could have gotten both their faces in focus the way I did with one shot. This is just one shot. Yeah.
The only thing that's calling me out on this shot is Sorry, Mike. I was talking over you.
Oh
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was gonna say that they're both in the same focal plane, and I was gonna bring that up earlier. That's I could see how you did that, and something awesome. I think that I want to bring up is the white. That character has a lot of white, and you managed to shoot it in a soft light and bring out the little bit of contrast in the texture that's there on the side of the head. And I really like that. And I really like that there's light in his mouth and his eye, even though he's wearing a hat. Either lack of those things would have made that photo a lot less quality than it is. I like the detail in the white head, and I like the light under the hat. That's a great shot. That's a great.
I love them snoots.
I want this
Yeah.
turtle.
I want those turtles too, and those turtles are hard to find at a decent price.
Which one you talking about? The movie?
The Rebel Tech.
Oh, I have those. Yeah, those
Oh,
turtles.
send them to me. You don't need them.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
no,
Rebel Tech
Maz.
turtles.
No, Maz. You need to learn how to pose first before you can even touch a Rebel Tech. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. You're talking to the master. No, no.
Come on, man. Do better on my blurg. Do better on my blurg.
Your blurg is a statue. It's a statue.
Man, I posed the crap out of him, man. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to hold up the Mando. or Spider-Man back
shot
here.
on
Huh?
my
Look at that.
Miles. Yeah, you bit a lot of my poses. I saw it. I saw it. No, I definitely saw it. Speaking of which, dude, next week, when your Spider-Man coming?
Thursday.
Mine's coming Friday. So next week, Tuesday, you want to do a little collabo?
Very possible, man. Very possible. I got my awesome Venom too, man.
Which Venom you got? The one with Null?
The King in Black Venom.
King
man.
in Black? Yeah, the one with Null. Yeah.
That's the pose I just got him in this whole time.
That's a nice pose.
Yeah, that's using the movie body of Venom, which is
I love it.
and
I love this
sculpt for it.
compromise between the two, the movie body and the spider on the spider on him.
It wouldn't be long. It wouldn't be long till they give us that cosmic Venom where he has the yellowish, red, orangish tint in the
you can have all that. I don't want any of those funny colors.
With the axe and translucent color. Yo, dude, that was like God tier Venom. That was Venom at his highest peak. No one was like, oh, you got. It was perfection. Like I would like Venom to be a little bit different every now and then because he is very plain Jane and very dope. And Killer Croc looks dope too.
Ooh, that's a good looking. That looks good, Moss.
That's the McFarlane one, right?
That's the new one.
That's the McFarlane one, yeah.
I just wish he would have gave him like open jaw or something because I'm sorry, his articulation sucks.
Well, his feet sucked too. I had to use finisher on his feet to tighten them up because they were just loose as hell. He was just
loose as
man.
See,
McFarlane falling over right because his feet wouldn't stay. His ankles were not.
Yeah, it's like NECA on their first run all over again with Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. Let me give a shout out to Philip the Fool real quick, man. What's going on? He's late, but he's happy to be here. Collectors of the Universe was thanking cinematographer for his Harry for his nice words. R3 Toys, he says I have a play
Platypod.
Yeah.
Platypod.
Yeah,
but that's for
cool.
this shot, man. The only thing that's bothering me about this shot is, and I knew it was a limitation of the figure. It's just that elbow.
Yeah,
that no connection to the elbow. It looks like he just kind of stopped. All right, take a picture, bro. It didn't look like he had motion at all, and it's just it's a limitation of the figure.
Did you shoot that with a softbox or would you PL?
I do have a softbox on top. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, look at that skin on that turtle. That light is so soft and so nice. I really like.
What helped out with that because those figures are really shiny. Getting that Mr. Hobby's matte clear coat really improves these figures.
Oh, you had the glossy one?
I have the gloss. I got the first run that they released. Was when I picked up my Turtles in Disguise. The second run that they released had the more matte finish.
I have the matte one.
Yeah, I have the glossy one, so I went ahead and sprayed them with that Mr. Hobby stuff, and that improved these figures so much.
Mr.
Yeah.
Hobby matte spray, huh? I'm gonna write
Yeah,
it down.
I'll send you the link to it. I have the link for it.
Okay,
Mike.
right on.
All right. All right.
Let's see. Yeah, I see what he did. I see what he did. Because I'm trying to recreate the pose that he's doing right there with this
With Slash,
version of Slash, because this Slash shares the same body
the
as
same
the
body.
Turtles.
Mhm.
And if he was to straighten that arm, the sword wouldn't meet or connect with
Yeah.
Usagi. It will be off to his side because of the way the figure is, the limitations. You would have to literally put the other arm straight and bend this arm, and it will look like he's left-handed. As a matter of fact, which hand you have over top?
I don't know. I cover the picture with the cool thing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I got. I
He
can't.
said-
I can't find
I have his
StreamYard.
I have his right hand on top because the way I have it posed is like if he swung from his right side and he's bringing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you could have done is swap it, and it would have looked a little bit better.
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
If you swap it, it will look a little bit better. And if you can get the hand to go a little bit over the hilt, it doesn't have to be a full connect, just to kind of convey that he's holding it. Because remember,
He's holding it,
when you're holding a sword, the most of the base, well, considering they use short swords over here with the turtles, but you hold the bottom of the hilt, not where the handguard is. The handguard always has to be loose. On the bottom, it has to be stiff. It
Right.
just, like a nice firm grip. You know what I mean? So that way it doesn't parry and bounce off your hand and stuff. But that other turtle, you got it, Maz?
Yeah.
You pre-ordered
Yes.
yours?
Since we were talking turtles, I wanted to bring this up because I did order it from here. I've never ordered from here before, but oops. But they also own the site, Shozy, whatever.
Yeah, Shozy.
Which
Yeah,
apparently is a legit
Show.z.
site.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I ordered this for this much, and hopefully we'll get them.
When is he supposed to drop?
Q4 of this year. They haven't said
That's-
specifically when, but Q4 of this year.
Yeah, because where I got mine, the site that I got my 3, it was
I got mine through 5K Toys.
Yeah, 5K. They said end of October, November.
Yeah.
So meaning they want you to have hope through October, which is going to be this week, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they're going to start sending it out in November. That doesn't mean we're going to get it in November.
True that. Yeah. I have a feeling it won't be to the end of November, maybe mid-December is when we'll start getting them.
I have a feeling we ain't going to see it until spring next year.
I want to make sure I at least got this one. I didn't get to order anybody else. In fact, if you go to their site, they don't have any other Fury toys here.
No, there's nobody else. There's nobody else yet.
So
no one's up. No one's up for grabs yet, bro. The only one that they showed. Matter of fact, do you follow them on Instagram? 5K, Maz?
Yeah, I do. Remember we had that Cthulhu thing pop up?
Oh yeah, Cthulhu. Yeah. So, they did the
SKU next time, and hopefully I start work. I was supposed to start tomorrow, but they didn't finish my background check in time, so it looks like I won't start till Monday. But start my job.
Rap sheet's that long?
Taking longer, for the background check. That's interesting.
Well, I sent it in, afternoon yesterday, so it says it takes 3 to 5 days. So there was no way I was going to make my orientation.
When it says 3 to 5 days, it's really 2 weeks or so, because they did my background check, and at my job, and it took literally 3 weeks to get it done.
Wow.
It's like, yeah.
Moses is going to come back with lots of didactic paragraphs. I wouldn't count on that job, Maz. You can scratch it.
Move on to Nomad Figures here, man. Check out this badass. Oh, that's just this badass shot here. I'm loving this.
Wow.
A lot of special effects going on here.
Yeah, a lot of special effects, but it works though.
Yeah, especially on this Predator, this is one of the best.
I know you're not going to be here that long.
Oh yeah, this is a dope shot. I love all the added effects to what essentially is one of the, I want to say, more difficult but not too difficult figures to pose, specifically if you got the first one. If you got the second one, it's a little bit easier, double joints, like the whole 9 yards. You'll be able to pose, especially if you heat it up and get it going. But just to look imposing, you don't want him to look soft in any way. And this right here, he doesn't look soft. He looked like he's ready to battle. He has a very Vader-esque look to him right now.
Yeah, it's a cool effect he's got going on here with the blade. It's like it's kind of fading off.
Yeah, the eyes and the sparks, beautiful.
The spikes, I think he's at some burlesque type grinder show or something, and we're just not seeing the full action.
Burlesque,
yeah.
Burlesque. One of those fetish grinder shows, one of those clubs. What do you think, Brian? I haven't heard from you in a minute. I think I accidentally skipped you on the last one. I apologize.
So. Oh, no, it's okay. It's totally okay. Same thing. I do like the shot. This is just me from my perspective. Is really not much there is to say about the shot because of the fact that it's heavily photoshopped or whatever kind of effects that are put into it. And so it's like whatever you don't see in the image, it's like, well, I'll just add it in, to the other shots, and that's just a biased thing for me. I don't edit or Photoshop any of my shots, so that's just me. But I would say that
you and Lou would get along really well.
Shot of everything, I would say it definitely is a very good shot. I'd say it's well done.
Yeah, Nomad does a lot of
stream
stuff. So,
I was gonna say real quick, Moss, with the stream, it gives me that '80s vibe from Predator. You know what I mean? It gives me that '80s vibes with the streak.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. I dig it. Now, somebody who's not afraid of Photoshop, Mike, what are your thoughts?
Not afraid of Photoshop.
I don't really see Photoshop. Just saying.
Like that.
I was waiting for you to elaborate on the grinder show personally, but I'll comment on the photo.
I used to DJ the fetish club. I used to see the grinder show all the time. I was like, oh my God, they're doing this again.
I think what I was going to say was that effect on the bottom camera right, lower right, where it bounces up and ricochets off the figure's hand.
Yeah, that
adds a lot of realism to it. And you can't Photoshop that, but this is real right there. Those things coming up and hitting that, and that looks great. That helps it look real. The streak with the molten hot sword, I like that. That looks really good. It's a good looking shot, and yeah, there's a lot of Photoshop going on in there, but that's not a bad thing. Some of these effects you can't really get any other way without Photoshop, and so in that regard, this figure, it's a good shot. I like the cropping, the framing. It's tight, it's tense. I don't know that all those little flying around things are that necessary because you have those sparks in the bottom, and I don't know. I see those in a lot of photos, and I think it's just what everybody's doing right now. The ones in the top right and left of the frame, I don't know how necessary they are. The ones in the lower camera left, those are okay. But I think the ones in the top, I might have took a few of them out, but I can't say anything bad. It's just a personal preference. I think it's a good looking shot. Good job on the streaks. Good job on the eyes. I can see a blue color temp in upper camera right on the head, and then it goes off into the red to match the sword. There's a lot going on there, and I like it, and I can see the background. Looks good. Good shot.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Yeah, so Photoshop's not all bad, Brian. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you, man.
When it comes to Photoshop, like I used to do Photoshop years ago when I did the Soda Toy Street Fighter. Okay, I used Photoshop for all kinds of effects on there. The reason why I just got away, well, part of the reason why I got away from it is because I got rid of Photoshop on my computer and just never got a new version of it. So,
I'm not actually defended, man. I'm just poking fun.
But that was just me. But the thing is, I like, I don't know, I like using the practical effects, and I like the challenge of just trying to use natural lighting, the backgrounds and everything, and it just causes me to use be a little more creative when it comes to my lights and stuff like that. So that's just me. But when it comes to Photoshop stuff, I mean, like I said, I love the stuff. I mean, the stuff looks good. Me personally, that's just not my preference.
I just blame Hot
you're
Toys,
right.
and that's why I use Photoshop as much as I do, man. Because I'm not bringing my Hot Toys out, and I'm not going to do like what Jarrett does and set fire behind a Hot Toy. No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can't, man. No, I can't.
So
I
that's where
can't.
Photoshop comes into play, and it's like you will protect my Hot Toy. Here you go.
Yeah,
Photoshop.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you could do a lot of prep work. Like, I know Crimson does a lot of it. I used to do a lot of it. Is a lot of these practical effects. I used to shoot them practically on a black background,
Mhm.
and then that way I'll save those shots. So whenever I needed to use some practical effect like that, I use my own that I've made myself onto the image. That also helps a lot because then
Aren't
the
settling
lighting
for an
techniques
effect.
that you use are already implied with those shots, and it blends in with how you shoot already. So there's not a whole lot of work behind it when you have to blend it in.
Yeah.
Because I used to shoot a lot of my own practical effects, like the fire, the water splashes, and stuff like that. I just haven't done it in a long time lately, so I'm probably gonna have to start doing that again because I lost a lot of those files a while back when one of my hard drives crashed, and a lot of those files were in there. So I probably need to go back and build my library again.
Yeah.
Well, Pablo, while we got you here, do you have anything you want to add on this, or
I love the shot. The only thing, I mean, I'm kind of feeling it and kind of not feeling that whoosh effect with the sword. To me, it looks like he just went like this, and
There's no bad figures right there.
oh, there you go.
He says, and by the way, Brian, he says the colors, lighting, and the background are 100% practical. Only effects are the streaks, the eye glow, embers, subtle. The list is going on. Subtle smoke. One of my stock shots. Again, I'm not trying. I'm just poking fun, man. It is what he is. So,
I do like that motion, but I think the motion it looks stiff. I think
I think it needs a little bit of like
different
maybe a
variations
curve
on
to
it. I
it.
think, yeah. It just looks stiff, but it looks great. I do like the color of it. It works great, but I think it just looks stiff. Like he moves stiffly, and then if you think about their motion, it wouldn't look that way. There should have been some variation in the motion. But other than that, it's perfect. I mean, I love the lighting on it. I've always loved all his shots. All his Predator shots have always been
Oh, yeah,
top
he's
notch.
great.
So it's like it's kind of hard to even find something to nitpick about. But no, they're always great.
Actually,
But Nomad, I
Pablo,
wouldn't
that's
say you're
kind of the
late,
thing that
buddy.
kind of
You just got to your
it
shot.
throws it off a little bit as far as the lighting because okay, when you're looking at the sword, you see the light streak is going in one direction, right?
Right.
But when you look at the eyes, it looks like you got two different
Two
directions
different directions.
going for the
But
eyes.
But you know he doesn't.
yeah, because if he was doing that motion, you wouldn't see the light streak from the eye on the other side. It would have
On
all
the
gone
other side,
the same
right.
direction. Yeah.
There would actually be a motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree on that.
It's crazy. We're gonna move on though. Oh, look at this, man! Look at this! Look at this!
Yeah.
And he's got the last Ronin figure. He's rubbing it in Lou's face right now. Lou's going, face, no, last Ronin. I need a last Ronin.
I got two on order. So
he's got one right here in the picture he took.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna. I'm not risking my wallet for AliExpress, man. I ain't doing it.
I'm playing with you, man. I'm playing with you. Casper says, "Yeah, I'm here for it." So this is awesome. Cool figure. I kind of like the unarmored version of this. I saw personally. There was an unarmored version of the last one.
Yeah. He doesn't have his. Yeah, he's without the top, the tunic, and yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute. You guys go over this. My wife just got home. So
okay.
Yay! Now it's our show. So let's go. First and foremost, I gotta say this. I can't wait to get this figure in hand. But
I know.
I like the ambience of the fog there. You know, a little smoky area. It's not heavy, but it's enough to convey that. Yeah, he's here to
throw down
waste and throw down. But also the pose needs a little bit of work, which I don't know how well he poses thus yet. You know, it looks like a very, standard. Let me bend one knee, put the leg back, but I can't tell where he's going. You know what I mean? It just
I
Like
think if then again, like you're saying, we don't know what the posability is on it, but if that torso could have bent the back a little bit more, it would have looked like he's about to throw that rope.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know how well this one poses because I
Right?
know
Yeah,
it's
neither do
all
I.
the limited nation like the limited nature of NECA and the way they design their toys. It's made so that way it's as accurate as possible, still give you enough articulation to put poses, but there's some poses that are,
Yeah,
really good. But here's one thing though: if you're gonna throw a grappling hook, it would be nice to take what you have spooled up in your hand, throw it on the floor, or use one hand to hold the spool and another hand to throw the grappling hook up. Because to try to do that one-handed and have a tonfa in the other hand and still have it spooled up in your hand,
yeah. It's different,
you're throwing your whole rope. You're throwing your whole rope with nothing tied to. You get what I'm
Let it
saying?
go.
yeah,
You're letting it go. But then again, we don't know what the idea behind this scenario is, who he's facing, what he's facing. Because if you read the comics, you know that there's, the sewer sub level, then there's another level, and then there's another level,
yep,
and there's mutants everywhere too, not just people. So
yep.
you're dealing with whatever, this artist is trying to convey. Now, I love the goggles on it. He looks like he's ready for business. He's ready to throw down. It's just something about the pose is not doing it for me, and I think it's the weapons in his hand.
Yeah,
It's
it might
not
be.
conveying.
I told him earlier that I think he needed a little bit more rim light, just to give him a little bit more separation. The shadows are blending in way too much on his shadows,
Yeah.
but
Rim light.
not a whole lot. Like just enough, just to give just a slight variation from that. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, the pose needs a little work. I can see what you're talking about. And it might be the weapon choice. If he didn't have the baton on the other hand and had the spool of the rope in that hand and the grappling hook hanging off the other hand, where it looks like he's about to spin it to toss it up, I think that would have worked
Yeah,
better
the
for the shot.
the ninja claw for climbing just seems kind of weird to have that in the same hand as a rope because it looks like it would just get tangled or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that's what Lou was just talking about too.
Yeah, he's throwing his whole rope. He's throwing his whole rope. Forget about it.
He's like, I don't need
need
a
it.
rope.
Chuck it. Chuck it.
I think the blue light in the back, I'm not sure really what it adds to the scene on the original photo. I don't really you could just swap that out for a regular clear light and tone it down a bit, and that would help bring him out of the background. Because I don't really think the blue adds I don't think it adds anything to the shot. It doesn't add any direction. It doesn't, unless you're trying to go for he's coming from somewhere that there's a blue light down the tunnel or
I think he was
something.
going for darkness and it just ended up with an oversaturated blue.
Yeah, I
Like
think probably.
nighttime sky or something. Like he's in. It looks like he might
Yeah.
be camping in some kind of cavern or something or whatever. And this is
Yeah.
the outside of this. This is like whatever cave he's in, and then this is the outside door, and this is supposed to be nighttime. I think that's where
Gotcha.
that.
Maybe that's the
maybe-
reason he's throwing the rope, because he's like, I done had it with this thing.
His rope was
Doesn't hold it
unreliable.
anyway.
It didn't get me anywhere.
No.
Get rid of this weapon. Useless weapon.
But
I do
Lou,
like that
Catherine,
head. Is
he's
that a
got
head
the-
on the ground? Is that a face on the ground? I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah, there's body parts and stuff, man.
Yeah, there's
So
There's body parts.
he's fighting a bear or something. He's gonna throw a rope at a bear. Tie yourself up.
I like that.
But Lou, man, you see that Casper's gonna have the unarmored one. He says next week or so.
That's fine. Listen, I'm not those type of people, like any
I'm
of those
playing
people
with you,
that
Lou. Let me
worried
play. I
about
ain't playing
getting
forever.
it
I'm
first.
playing with
The fact that it's already in my pocket, just waiting for it to arrive, is just like hot toys. We pre-ordered these bad boys, and we're just sitting with our fingers crossed. Kind of like what you and Pennywise. You pre-ordered Pennywise day one, and you still was the last one to get it. So I ain't worried about it.
I wasn't the last one to get it. What are you doing?
See, and your defense.
Dead Man
Your
Juan is
defense.
back, by the way, guys. Everybody, round of applause for Dead Man Juan. He's back. Awesome.
Welcome back, there, man.
Welcome.
My thoughts on this, man. I'm digging this. I feel he's a little blown out, and I think we were talking about the baton earlier. If you're going to use this baton like this, I think you need to have this back end tilted down behind his forearm a little bit more, so it just makes this a weird angle the way it's setting. You want to just twist that a little bit, so this is more following this line instead of going kind of off that line. You want it to kind of follow the line of the arm a bit, stay kind of straight. And then again, yeah, we're all joking about the rope. I don't know what the story is with that. If he's just fed up with it or what, but yeah, it's just an off-putting thing. Otherwise, though, I'm digging it.
Well,
yeah. And really, I think the blown out could be because whatever, maybe there's like a campfire over here or something. That that works.
It could be blown out. The fog intensified it a little bit. That little bit of atmosphere in there made that light spread and just brought it, made it a bit more harsh than it was. But a diffuser on there would have helped just bring all that down a bit, and it would have brought out some of the detail in that figures.
Yeah, some parchment paper would have worked.
Yeah, and I think the atmosphere really intensified the light too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because smoke is gonna really change the white balance.
Yeah.
Well, Dead Man One wants to know what he did to deserve his round of applause, and I say he's just being you.
You just showed up. You
came back.
Just being you.
Well,
anything else about this?
He's showing up, but unfortunately, I gotta take off, guys. My son has got karate class, and so we're gonna take a little trip.
Well, he's gonna do karate, right? Yes, right. Not squish like grape. He's karate. Yes.
He's trying to find ways to take on his dad.
Just like this.
Just like that.
All right.
That's all right. He can't take on his dad. Dad still got it. Dad still got it.
All right, Brian. Thanks so much for being here tonight, man. I appreciate it. You got anything going on?
Yes. The only thing I got going is we're approaching the release date for my magazine, so that we're still heading for the December 1st release. So we got some good stuff going on in the articles and everything. There's still time for people to send photos if they want to send some photos and go in the magazine. But that's like top priority right now is dealing with the magazine.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, good luck with that, man. And your information is still in the description below. So if they want to look into the magazine and stuff, it's all down there below.
Yes.
So thank you, Brian, for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you. It's always fun times, guys. We'll definitely talk again soon.
Take it easy, Brian.
Man. Have a great night. All right. We're going to move on from Casper here. Let's get on to those wonderful toys.
Great
Doc
Scott.
Brown. Who was talking about the Doc Brown having? There wasn't. Who was it?
Nope.
Who had like 8
yet.
Doc Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Somebody. It couldn't have been anybody else. I don't know. Somebody was telling me today they had like 8 Doc Browns from NECA.
Wow.
Jeez.
I think it was Brian. Wasn't it Brian?
It might have been. Yeah. I think it was just as Brian Lee's because he was talking about all the different head sculpts and stuff. But he's got this NECA's got the same head sculpt as the Hot Toys. What's up with that?
Oh man, I don't know.
Lou, man, start us off, buddy.
Let me see. Just in time for Halloween, so we got a perfect figure for the perfect expression to captivate the horror, which is Great Scott. I'm getting chased by something, and I can't see with the small ass phone. Hold on, it's Freddy. That's somebody to run from. I like the
unless
lighting.
it's Jackie Earl Haley's Freddy because his was kind of.
Oh no. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno yet. But
he's a great Rorschach. Horrible Freddy.
Yeah, like this is nice. I like the pose. Being that it's NECA, we already know the limitations to it, but I think he conveyed the run pose pretty well. You got Christopher Lloyd's face, screaming. You would be too if Freddy was chasing you. And
so well.
I like Freddy's pose. Very like run, bitch, run. That kind of like it gives me back those 80s nostalgia slasher film vibes. And it's more like Freddy was the bad guy you wanted to be because he was just funny with his quips. He ooh, what a rush. Like that kind of
Spider-Man of the horror community until Deadpool.
Bingo. No, well, yeah. I like it. The lighting is pretty good. You got enough lighting on the bottom to give you that silhouette of Freddy, but enough color
Mhm.
to see that it is Freddy because you can see the glove, you can see the striped shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You see that he's blocked off by a fence, and it's dream world. Freddy don't stop for nothing, but
Yeah,
he
he's just
loves to
tormenting
play
him
the
with the
game.
fence. He can get by it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think this works because considering dream sequences could be whatever it is that your imagination can convey. I think this works. I like
Mhm.
this shot.
Dude, this shot is fire, dude. I mean,
Mhm.
you can tell the heat of like the boiler room or whatever. I love this effect he's got going on down here. Like this light here, and I think Doc Brown, I think he's lit up very well. But you know what? You could take him out of the shot, and I still think this shot would do awesome. Just having that threatening, Freddy like this. I mean, just the colors
Hmm.
and everything there is good either way. I mean, let me see what this is.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. There's his settings. So that's great to know. He's using the same camera as me, so maybe I can do this shot one day.
I
Um,
like that.
but he's got the what lens is he using? 50 I need a 50 millimeter now. All right, fine.
Yo, but
But
this is nice.
Yeah, it's
Look
a
at
nice shot.
the
Love it.
look at the angle of the fence, but also look at the angle of his feet. His feet is parallel. The fence is kind of angled. It just works. I don't know. Something about symmetrical and asymmetrical just works in this shot.
yeah, no, it's really on point, man. And
Mhm.
Casper says Freddie liked to watch you run so he could draw as much fear as possible. He loved to toy with people, and that is captured well. And yes, I agree.
I thought he had a
Harry,
booty fetish. He was
he
just
just
looking at
picked up some
butts.
more legions. Oh man, I need some
He's just
legions.
looking at nalgas all day.
Yeah, you can't be checking him out. He's got a coat covering all that, man. There's nothing to check out. There's a coat there. Um, Dude, I'm just in love with this shot, man. I really love the tone of this warm flame effect.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? You're a big lighting guy. I know Pablo wanted to jump in,
I,
but Mike,
Oh
you look
no,
bored. So
probably not gonna add anything different from what's already been said.
yeah. This shot would do well with, like Loco said, with or without Doc Brown. Um,
I said that.
I like Freddy. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. And NECA's got plenty of Freddys to choose from. I've got a few, and I've got the Mezco Freddy, which I absolutely love. Um, Great lighting. That fence was a great choice.
Mhm.
Used there. That lower left heat, red orange, with that atmosphere in there, really sells the idea of heat,
I
danger,
love that color.
everything that
Yeah.
Freddy stands for. Doc Brown, his coat isn't going to move at all. That's a mud flap. That's NECA. That's,
Yeah. Yep.
that's a mud flap.
That's
So it is a
mud
mud
flap.
flap.
Hey, mud flap, baby. That's all you're going to get out of it. So good job on his old stiff body there. But
No, he looks great for being a stiff fucker.
yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a great figure. Yeah.
I mean, and but it's great job on the lighting. That lighting really does great, and Freddie doesn't need any specific pose. He does good just standing there. You can tell that's Freddie. So I like the shot. I think it was good at the angle that you shot it at. You weren't trying to get everything flat and center frame. I think that angle, that little bit of a twist on it, really sells the idea of this is something you're taking on the run, and not in a studio, and so that's good. I like it. Good shot.
I think the one thing that's thrown me off at all is the fact that this fence is so high off the ground. This bottom bar, I think it
Yeah.
really should be down a little lower. That's
Yeah,
the
I
only
think
thing. I mean, everything else is just beautiful. But if there was one thing that's throwing me off is the fact that this bottom of the fence doesn't line up with the other fence here, because this bottom of the fence is down here. You guys probably can't
yeah.
even see that on your
No,
screen, but
No, I
this
I
bottom
know
of
I
the
know
fence
what it
is down
is.
here on this
That's
side.
that 112 scale fencing that comes with this diorama pieces that be selling the World Toys or something like that,
Mhm.
or World Box, whatever. They do a lot of 112 scale stuff. Have this fence is like a flat, plane. You got the fence, and then you got another attachment that goes next to it, and it kind of doesn't look right. I get what you're saying. I see it. It comes with like 2 stone pillars, and then it's the fence, and that's where it plugs into. And it's not like a traditional fence like we know that it touches the ground, so no one could climb underneath.
Gotcha. Well, if you're limited like that, what I do sometimes is, in fact, I ran into this just the other day when I was trying to do my werewolf pulling Nosferatu coffin out of the grave. Is you build up a different floor and set this in it. You know, you build up. You know, you raise up. Here, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So, what I did here, so I can get the casket coming out of the ground here. I don't obviously have a hole in my table, you know. I built basically a table with poster boards and stuff to set everything else on top of, and raised it up so he could be pulling in, you know, pulling up this casket from the grave, and that would work also with you know, with this, is, you know, if you built this floor up a little bit, you know, it doesn't have to be the real floor. Like you can cut, I mean, because this angle you'd be able to cut it off right here. But you'd want it back here on the other side of this fence too, because you want that light to hit that ground still. So I don't know. You might have lost some of the cast of the light though if you did that, because it would have probably gotten trapped in between the two.
And Freddie will be able to look over the fence too, because the fence is kind of short. It's meant 12 scale. NECA is a 7-inch scale, so you kind of, and there's a give and take there though.
Well, his head could be up to here, which is fine. It would have been fine.
Here's a quick solution.
He will be looking. He'll be looking over it like, yeah.
Take the camera right into the fence, off of the block, and let it rest on the floor. There you go.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It would have gave you some angle. It would have gave you, it would have lowered it on one end. It would have looked sort of random, and you would have kept the light in the lower left. You wouldn't have obstructed that with something by building the floor up. Just lower the right fence end, let it drop to the floor. And that's going to add to the twist in the frame too, and give a little bit more randomness and twist to it, I think.
Yeah. But it's not a deal breaker. You know, this is still a great shot.
Yeah,
I would have tried to lower this fence if I was doing the shot. I would have tried to find a way to get that fence a bit more realistically down there, because I mean, otherwise, what is it keeping out? A fat guy? That's it. I mean, anybody else who wants to get in there is going to be able to wiggle their way through, underneath that fence.
Well, then again, I mean, Freddie, you know, gave you the illusion.
He doesn't even need to go up or over.
So,
he just
so it's just for
he can flick his tongue at you.
Realistically, though, the fence I feel is too high up off the ground. So I would have found a way.
Quick, I have a question in regards to the werewolves that you got from BBTS.
Nice.
The werewolves, man.
Those werewolves, how are they, Maz, in your opinion?
I love them, man. They're little. I mean, they have good articulation to an extent.
Quality wise,
they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice, man. The clothes are real nice. I'm not sad that I bought them at all, man. This is the darker one, and then of course the one that I did with the Witcher a couple weeks.
I'm not
the white one.
I want to get them, but is the base worth it?
I didn't get the base. I just got the cheap version without the base.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna go cheap on this one.
I'll see what hold on.
Cause I have I have 2 Blade figures, so it would be nice to get a couple of werewolves in there with my Nosferatu army. So, damn, everybody left me. See, it's the Loco Lou show. Like, all right, check it out. So, what's gonna happen is Maz is gonna lose his shit when I say this, that, and the third.
Yeah, this is how this figure comes. I mean, this is one of them, and then it's got a crotch grabber stand for a 1/12 figure.
Yeah.
It comes with that even if you don't order the base version. So I figured, you still get a stand if you need it, but I wasn't gonna pay $30 more per figure because I wanted both figures instead of a base for one or the other. I was like, because I will probably never use the base, but. Yeah, and if you're going to get these, I wouldn't sit too long because this is a very small company. They don't make a huge amount of them.
That's been sitting for like over a year already, bro.
I don't know. All I know is
I know because I know I've been watching them. I'm asking how the figure is because I've been eyeing them for over a year.
I'll pull one out if you want, man. Hold on.
I was just asking the quality of it because I could pull the trigger on at least one of them this week.
So this is what comes in the box. I got the box open now. So you got the
Okay.
one base, the crotch grabber. There's no other accessories. I untucked his shirt because I don't think a werewolf's going to bother tucking his shirt.
It should be untucked. It should be
And
untucked,
then
in my
the
opinion.
white one's got battled or blood around his face, but I actually added a little bit more redness to it
Hmm.
because it was a bit pink. So I did run over a little bit more paint to
Yeah, a lot of
get
people
the
were saying
redness.
that it was very pinkish. Even D Knight did that to his version.
Yeah, well, that's where I got inspired. In fact, I did the eyes too. I did the white eyes.
Is it the white
Um,
eyes? Yeah.
yeah, but the one thing is like his jaw doesn't really stay closed
Stay.
if you want.
You try
Um,
using heat that not the hair dryer to see if you could soften it up, pop it in, and tighten the joint itself.
no, I haven't gone too far in it because really, I think he looks a little funny with his mouth closed anyway.
Mm,
I'm
gotcha.
turning his neck around, so his head doesn't articulate that far. You got to basically turn this mane around on his back. Right now, I got it the
Yeah,
right way.
yeah. To
To get
to
his head
give
to
him the
go
look
back
up.
any further,
Yeah.
that's as far back as it goes with the mane turned the right way, and it doesn't go
Well,
down that far. So it's
I
very
don't know how
limited.
mad you're gonna be at me for telling you this, but there's a werewolf out there that is also done by the same company that is doing the turtles, but they used another name, and they're doing the Croc Hunter, Killer Croc,
Yeah, I saw
and they're
those. I saw those. I think
yeah.
Pablo pointed them out. Pablo's on the ball before you were on that.
Oh, I have two of those, bro, and I'm just saying, yeah, I can't wait because I'm gonna have one with the jacket and the pants on, and the other in the feral, like beastie mode. But I don't know how soon we're gonna get those because they say December, which I think is BS because
Yeah,
they
I
told us
don't
Croc.
think that's happening this year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm still waiting for my Croc Hunters, both of them, the exclusive version and the other one. They said it's gonna be shipping in October.
The ones that I'm looking
October,
forward to is that Tiger Claw and that
yes.
Usagi inspired one that they just uh, kind of like teased. I can't wait for those two.
They teased the Usagi.
Yeah, they
When did they
teased the
tease that one?
I think last week, but it's a concept art of it. It's not a 3D render or a prototype. It's just a concept art of Usagi. It's gonna be Usagi, and it comes with this little. There's gonna be another rabbit character, a little girl. I forgot what the backstory is
Oh
between them. It's gonna
yes,
be like a
yes,
master
yes,
and
yes.
student type.
I know who you're talking about,
It looks awesome. I love the concept art.
dude.
I can't wait for that one. Because
Oh
I'm a big
Yeah,
man.
Usagi. I love
What?
Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, I'm with
his
you there, bro.
articulation is a little stiff, Lou. Like I would like to be able to, if he can't lift the head like up that high, I would like to have been able to arch the back more to get
That's what
that
she said.
howling pose. But his back, even though it's got it's got a little bit of wiggle, it doesn't. That's as far as it moves. That's as much wiggle as you get
Yeah. Let's see. I
in the
noticed
ab
that on
crunch.
D Knight's review too. See, I'm gonna get. I'll get two of those just to get each variation, and I'll bloody them both up, make them look like an actual
Well,
pack.
bloodying up the brown one is a moot point. You won't see it.
Oh
I'll
no no
bring up
no!
the brown
You
one.
you just need to bloody up what matters, which is parts of his nails and his teeth. That's it.
Well, he's just very dark. Hold on.
Make sure you
That's
get
what.
that Blood of the Blood Gods paint from Citadel.
Yeah, if you want to do
Yeah.
photography with one, I would say get the white one because he shows up a lot better on the camera.
I like that
Listen,
shirt,
listen.
Mog.
It doesn't matter if you're brown or white.
I like that shirt, Mog. It's a good looking shirt. Escape from New York. I remember that movie. Kurt Russell.
Fright rags, man, I love it. Oh, I can't put that there. His tail will hit that and he'll fall.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, no, don't
So
want
spin
that.
around that tail will be like box. What
Oh,
box?
that would be epic.
Boy, it might knock the figure over, which we would not want the Mandalorian on board falling.
So wait, so
No.
how many werewolves did you buy?
Here's the brown one. See how dark he is, though. He doesn't have the battle damage going at all.
Yeah,
But he's very dark.
you can lighten them up with some light browns. You'll be alright.
I could, but I don't want
Yeah, a
to. I
little
just use
bit
the
of
other one.
a little bit
Just use the lighter one.
dry brushing would. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a single joint in the elbows, which I was a little sad about. And the ab
Mm.
crunch is just not really there. which I feel that they
Gotcha.
could have given us more ab crunch, especially leaning back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you want to get that that howl kind of pose, right? You want to get that werewolf howl thing, and just really can't do that.
Yeah, I get you. How many werewolves did you buy? 4?
One of each. It's just the dark one and white one. I mean, I don't regret it at all. Just he doesn't. I wish he had a little bit more flexibility. But we're going on a far tangent. We need to move back to pictures because Mike's got to go here soon, and I want to make sure we get some of this stuff done. So let's. This was a great shot though of Doc Brown and Freddie.
Yep.
We're gonna move on to
Good stuff.
R3 Toys.
Ooh.
Look at that, man.
R3, buddy, what's up?
A Bad Batch mofo, man. Look at that. He's like, I
That's
don't
a
need no
sexy
arm.
shot.
I'm a Bad Batch.
I like that shot.
That's a beautiful shot.
It's a good shot for gray on gray. It's separated nice.
Yep.
Not just with the color, but with the light. It's separated real nice.
I just don't know why he didn't run lights through that background though. I would have used.
He might have it
the
against.
lighting back there.
He might have it against the background and
So we
doesn't
just
have
got
any lighting
50
back there.
shades of gray right now.
Yeah. Kind of sexy.
Oh,
that
wait.
picture. Just saying. Something about it.
I like how he's got the red pulling out of all the gray. It's really nice too. So this is a nice shot, man. I like that you got no hard lights here. It's very soft. I have a feeling we saw a shot very similar to this. Ooh, I like this one even better.
Yeah, I like both. Ooh, that one's a good
I
one.
think I'm leaning towards this one though. Let me see what else we got. That's not bad either, but I'm still leaning. I like this one. That's what we're going with. I'm in charge.
The first one. I like the first one. I like the first one, Maz. It's
No,
not
I don't care what
about
you like.
Oh no,
We're
it
talking
is
about this
you.
one.
It is about you.
I'm in charge. This is about me.
I'm the boss here.
Yeah.
He got the controller, but I got the last say.
All
Yeah, that's a good
well,
shot too. Like I mean, he did a great job shooting gray on gray. Like you still get that separation, like Mike said. Like it's a great shot. And I love
what I like about
how
this one
much
too,
the red.
Pablo, is this looks more like it's lighting. This
Yeah, it
lighting
does
up
look.
the room.
Yeah, it looks like it's lit
I'm
up.
sorry,
this
you can
time.
go ahead. I just wanted to point that out.
No, you're right. It does look like it's lit up this time, which is really it adds more to the shot for sure. But I just love how much the reds pop in this
Yeah.
shot.
It's even got
Like-
some brown popping in. I think trying
Yeah.
to get that channel.
Mhm.
It's got some red and brown, so the brown is popping in too. But it works. It still
Yeah,
works.
it's a great shot. I really don't have much to add to it. I mean, his lighting is on point. He's got enough separation. And it's sharp. Like it's a sharp shot.
And he's got my glint on the
visor, I like
visor.
Yeah, I like the visor, the glare on there. And I like that he added the lighting on his helmet too, right there.
Yeah.
I said it the
Is
first
that light
time I
or
saw
just
it.
yellow?
Sexy. Sexy.
Yeah, this is a great shot here. Mike, you got anything you want to say about this one?
Yeah, and this is gonna sound stupid, but I don't know Star Wars. Is that like a female figure?
No,
No.
No, it's
Hey,
Echo.
it's sexy, man. I think it's got. It looks. I don't know what it is, but it looks good.
and this is
Echo, bro.
the Hot Toys, right?
Great
Yeah, this is a
shot.
Hot Toys Bad Batch figure.
Yeah.
This is you can.
Yeah.
R3 says I originally lit the wall lights, but it looks too much. It took too much away from the figure. Gray on gray was tough though.
You
Yeah,
did a
Um,
job though.
it did great with the, like I said in the first shot, great separation with the gray on gray. You know, I think what's bothering me in this shot right here, and it's not your fault, it's that big red shoulder. Dang it, I just don't like that thing.
I
you
like
like-
the red shoulder.
I like
Back
the
off
red
my red
shoulder.
shoulder. I
know.
like it. It's about me.
I really think, I mean, to me, it's distracting, and that's not you. That's just the figure. But I like it. I think you did well. I don't know if I like this one with the backpack or the other one. I think this one because it doesn't show any of the lighted controls, and so it keeps the attention on the figure. And I think the other backpack showed some of the lighted, lights and stuff on it, and that it's good in its own right. But I like this. You did a great job, man. I mean, it's a good looking shot. I'm a fan of the first one mostly. but it's Maz's show, and so we're on this one.
Well, Mike,
That's two for the first one. That's two for the first one, Maz. You
all
outnumbered.
of them are good, but this red shoulder to me takes away.
I like it because it's pulling him further out of the background. I think it's saying, "Hey, I'm a dude here." Whereas
Well-
here, you're seeing his crotch, but this red's not really strong enough to get your attention for the rest of the figure because it's gray on gray at that point, and I really think that the red just helps keep him off that background.
And this
but
one
yet
is
still,
better. This one is better
still-
than the first one.
Yeah.
I like this one. We're gonna beg to differ, I guess, on this.
No, it looks good.
Deadman
man.
Juan says, "Sounds like Mike might need to do some exploring."
Deadman.
with the Star Wars,
Yeah,
it's all good.
that's a good shot. R3, you did a good job, man.
Yeah, it's an awesome shot, R3.
Any other thoughts on this one? I know Lou's walking, so I don't know if he can.
I'm
has
here.
anything to say.
Well, listen, I like the lighting on this one, the first one. It could have used the same lighting, but it didn't. Maybe if the figure was pushed back a little bit and you focused in more to get that light to pop on the figure. But then again, you're working with gray on gray, so that's difficult in itself. But you know what? Now that I see it, damn you, Maz, I think I'm more inclined to be on your side here.
I know what it is too. It's not just the red, but it's also this gets really dark in here.
Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. It's the
and
lighting.
you can see the details, but this is like he's punched out of that background. Whereas this one, he's starting to fall back into it, even though he's separated by by the rim light. But here it's starting to match this tone, and he's just kind of
the visor's dull. There's nothing on the visor in that one. That first one.
No, there's a little bit up there. I think.
on the edges, but
on the corner.
not as much as on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Maz on this one, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is.
All right, Mike.
ambivalent.
Yeah, 'cause I'm seeing
Ambivalent.
it through a phone, a tiny ass phone, and I gotta zoom in to look.
R3, man, this is a great shot, though, man. We love what you're doing here. Like I said, I'm favoring this one. My second choice would be any of these
That
other
one's
ones.
nice.
I think.
I like that one.
Yeah,
This
I
one's
do
good,
like
too.
that one. Yeah.
I like the
That's a nice
detail
one,
on the
too.
back here. I love that, man. It's great, and
This
the
one
lighting
looks
on the.
sharper for some reason than the other one that we it looks for some reason this one
He
punches
says-
out more from the background than that other one.
Are you
He's
using
the
the
first
punchline
shot. I
because he has
actually
no
added an
fist?
exposure layer, set the multiplier to darken it. So
It looks
See,
great though.
I knew he was going with that punchline. I knew it. See, because he's saying because I had no fist over there. He had the drill tip.
yeah, I like
Like,
the
just
two in
a
the
tip,
middle
baby,
the
just a
best. And this one's not bad, but I feel that this dark here is starting to go too much into this dark, and it has the same problem as the first one with that dark.
Yeah, it's
That dark
but
in the middle of it. So
But you did say more rim lights. That looks like a lot of rim lights.
it's not the rim light. It's just there's not enough separation from these darks to this dark. It looks like he's a floating head almost, kind of weird thing. But let's move on to Superman, who apparently Henry Cavill has been recast as the Man of Steel.
yep.
So
no,
this
don't
is
tell me that.
AO.Z. We haven't seen anything from him forever, dude. I thought he forgot about me. Or she. I don't know. I never got to ask him then. What do you guys think, man? What do you think of Henry Cavill's Hot Toys Superman showing us hairy chest, or the lack thereof is covered? But,
I like it. It looks good. The shadow in the middle is something that's different.
Yeah.
But you have light cast from both ends and keeping that shadow. It looks good from a facial perspective. But showing like the entire figure like that, it I don't know. I think the arm could have been straighter if it can go straighter, because it kind of gives me that toy vibe a little bit.
yeah, he's got a very big toy vibe with the plastics in his face here and stuff. And I think he needs pulled out more from this background. I think we really need to define his shape more.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? I know what Mike's going to say, but I want to hear what
You know, I gotta say first, let me reveal that when I the very first date I took my wife on, I met her wearing a shirt similar to this, a really blue shiny disco shirt, and so I gotta say that. But with that out of the way, the first thing I want to say is I never cut a figure at the waist, right across the waist. I think you were going to try to show some of the texture and shine in the shirt, and you did that. I like the red and the yellow. It really reflects nice. The blue reflects nice. But the cutting at the waist, I think I would have came up a little bit higher or went down just a little bit lower.
Hmm.
Personally, I do like the drama on the side of the face. It goes from light, then you got the rim of the ear, and then you got the face. I would. It is a little bit dark on the head. I mean, it is dramatic, but maybe a little bit more light on the cape, a little something to separate him a little bit, not much, just a little bit. But I think it's a good shot, but just the waist is all that really, really, really bothers me is the waist.
Mike, sorry, Mike, you're disappointing me. You're
What
disappointing
I
me.
do?
You're not saying what I want you to say.
What you want some rim light?
I'm waiting for you to say put a bounce card over on this side, man. To get some of that
Oh
light
my
on there. I know
god!
I know you'd be like, let's get some bounce light, but you didn't say it, man. I'm sitting
Put
there
a
like,
bounce card on there.
He did kind of say he needed some more rim light on
you
that
did say need
tape.
more light, but I was
You
waiting for that
Because the
bounce card,
weight,
man. I was waiting
you
for
the
that
have
bounce
waist
card.
failed me,
just
young
overdid
Padawan.
it for me. The waist
Yeah.
overdid it for me. When you cut him at the waist, that just trumped everything for me.
That's all good. I'm just playing with you.
What's
Man.
the
R3 though is ruining the movie for me. Apparently, this guy's in Black Adam. Damn it! I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna wait till it get on HBO.
Me too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I'm gonna try to go
it's a
see
rock
it.
movie, unfortunately, and that you don't pay to see rock movies. They end up on cable, and you enjoy them. But I know
Yeah, it's
I don't go to
all
the theater to
action
see a rock
popcorn
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
But
Dead Man Juan says super high contrast. Yes. Pablo, you got anything you want to add on this, or should we move on?
Well, no, you pretty much the bounce card. I would
I
have
think the
said
bounce
that.
card would be what it really needs.
And I
Regardless of
agree
what
with
the
Mike
movie.
that cutting at the waist is for me it's a big no. It's either a little lower or go a little higher. But
Or you can
Have-
Dutch
package.
angle it, and it would have cut that waist at an angle, and it would have worked.
that would have probably worked better. Yeah.
Lean them back though, not forward. Don't have them like about to fall.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So it
Let's
seems
angle it
like
so it's
everybody's
back.
in agreement. You need to show the Superman's package. You need to get a little lower, baby. You need to get a
I don't
little
need to see
lower.
the package, man.
Or his elbow.
Unless
You
we
can probably
take
put
what
his
Harry.
elbow.
He's got to use the
Man,
Schwartz. I'm telling you, you got to use the Schwartz.
The only time I'd want to see his package though, is we look at the Harry version of his Hot Toys Superman, where he took like this gel stuff he made, this gel mold stuff, and gave him some actual abs and stuff.
Maz is a fan of the NECA packages. That's what he told me. He likes to see the NECA.
Oh shit!
Rippick 10 with Cobb Vanth loving here, man. This
Nice.
is great, man. Dude, I love this diorama set. Every time I see it, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that background's awesome.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Hold on.
yeah.
What?
From
Oh, here we
BTS.
go. Oh, dude. He's using the sunlight for a light source. You guys can always do that. It's great idea. See, sunlight, light source.
No room lights.
This shot would have benefited from the letterbox.
From what? I'm sorry.
From using the letterbox, it would have benefited. On
You
this
said the litter box?
letterbox.
Oh, letterbox. I agree. Yeah, he's got a lot of empty space here above him,
Yeah.
and you can cut him off a little bit at the legs.
Yeah,
That probably would have worked out great.
I love the
He came
pose.
in close with the crops. Well, with the crop, cropped in a little bit.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
What
love
is
this
it,
wouldn't have worked
crotch
for
what?
letterbox. You know what we like to talk about, the crotch.
Yeah,
The other thing is
crotch what?
too, is this red scarf needs to be weathered up a little bit. It's just way too red.
too clean.
I mean, the rest of him is like nice and dirty, and then you got this nice brand new red.
Yeah, it's very
Kerchief
saturated.
thing.
Very saturated red.
But of course, Rippick Tan, I love your diorama that you use in a lot of your shots. It always works.
Yep.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this, buddy?
Man, the first thing that I see in this shot is crispy,
red?
rugged texture, and I like that. I like the.
Wait, you saw
direction-
that before the red? Because this red, I don't see how you see anything else first.
Agree.
Well,
I
That's
see a
really
period.
red.
It
really
is.
red.
It is brilliant red. I will say that. But I
It's
see
like a big
crispy,
stop sign
rugged
around his
tex-
neck. Stop! Look at me.
I see that crispy, rugged texture in the rock and the figure. I
Yep.
try to overlook the red. I know it's there, but you guys have already commented on that. But no, I do. I like the use of the natural light, like those wonderful toys is saying down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of dusty atmosphere in there that helps sell the idea that this is outside. He's walking to this canyon or something like that. you know. So I think it's a good shot. I don't know that I'm such a fan of the crop. I would like to either see maybe more of him, or I don't know. I'm not sure about that crop. What do you think? I think it leaves me kind of in the middle.
But that's what I was
Mhm.
saying. If he would have utilized the letter crop, the cinematic crop, would have
Yeah,
benefited from this on this shot.
Yeah,
yeah,
especially if he wants to use all this,
Yeah, if
left
he wants
and
to
right.
use all the
You
yeah,
want
hmm
to at least punch it in tighter because there's just a lot of empty space above him too.
yeah.
yeah.
So I would use, I'll show you an example. We're talking about the letterbox here because I
The
use it
scarf
all the
is a
time.
gift from his mom.
I haven't used it
What?
in a while.
The scarf was a gift from his mom. Who said that?
Dead man.
Hey,
I'd like to see. Remember that
Basically,
episode with the
basically the wide
cowbell?
angle shots. Wide angle
What do you
shots,
um,
think?
right?
Yeah,
Every
Remember the
cinematic.
here's that crop we're talking about.
yeah. There
See
we
how
go.
I
That
cropped
crop.
on
Yeah.
this? That's the
Mhm.
letterbox crop that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
need
bring
the
it in.
swamp thing, bro.
Dude, my wife loves me. Um, but yeah, she came back from her trip and gave me that, so it was pretty awesome. So yeah, do that kind of letterbox tightening there, and you would cut his legs off a little bit, so you'd be probably around the knees or something.
Yeah.
It would work. And that's if you want to continue. I mean, because this background, I do love the texture of it, and I do like seeing it. But you could also just do a portrait and
Yeah,
get this
portrait would have.
see with the full body because you don't need this whole big wide left and right and top. You just crop in real tight, do a portrait, and be done with it. So good stuff. Mike, I know you got to be. Oh no, Lou. Okay, Lou, you got to go. All right, and Mike, you
Yeah,
both got to go. Wow.
yeah. I gotta go. I'm just trying to recreate that atmosphere. So let's see if I can get the right angles. I just need more red. I just need more red. Hold on. You see
For
that
the scarf?
atmosphere? See that atmosphere? Nah,
Lou,
that's
you
a
got anything
beautiful
going
shot.
on?
Yeah, I got a couple of things going on. More work, and some more work. I gotta get my video up for the Chrome Trooper with the Remnant Trooper, comparison and contrasting on that. And my third party Poison Man, which is Eddie Brock and Venom with the
Nice.
statue bust that I was like showing off earlier.
Nice.
And review on the Slash and comparing that with the arcade Slash. And that's it pretty much. Obviously, you
Oh
hear
yeah.
racing going on. I'm going back to work. I work at the casino, so they're racing everything over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise, but other than that, that's what's going on. And then collaboration next week, me and Maz with Black Suit Spider-Man and some other, things.
All right. Hell yeah. And by the way, Lou, is that the werewolf you're talking about?
Yes, that's the other werewolf. That's the werewolf from whatchamacallit. What is it? Recreature?
Is
I
that
think
what that's from?
that's the Recreature werewolf. They have a couple of them. They have a white one with green eyes. They have another one that looks like a zombified wolf that's all beaten and tattered. Then they have another variation
Huh.
that's more of a dusty color. And I think this is the one with the green eyes.
Okay.
That's a
All
dope
right.
one. That's a
That
dope
is-
one. I wanted to get that
yeah.
one. That's about like 8 inches tall, though. That's the size of a predator.
Yeah.
Wow,
All right.
wow.
Well, link me what that one's called there later when you get some time there, Lou. I might look
All
into
right,
that.
sounds
Oh,
good.
look, we got some girl stuff going
Thanks.
on in the chat, man. That's awesome. Let me find my YouTube window. So I think I'm the only moderator here too. Hey, look, it's like the Matrix here. Report. Boom, gone. All right, sorry about that. Lou's gone. All right, Mike. I'm sorry.
It's
You got to
okay.
go too, sir. You got anything going on, man? I know you got some orders to pack up and stuff.
Yeah,
What's
I got
going
some
on with
stuff
you?
I got to get finished up. But biggest thing I doing this week is what am I doing? Just more printing. I'm going to try to get some. I know I said the same thing last week. I got. I would like to get some photography in this week. I've got something I want to do with this little $12 rabbit I found at Walmart. Looks pretty cool. I think I can make something happen with that figure. I do have some lunch boxes that I made at Pablo. Matter of fact, suggested that I make these little lunch boxes for for Gomez or whoever. But This is just a primered lunchbox. It's not painted, but
Oh, nice.
you do open and close with magnets, and you'll be able to put this with the Union Gomez figure. And let me put there you go, Union Gomez figure. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
latch
dude.
open, latched close. These are 3D printed, and I designed them. And
Even when I had a printer, I could never print something that actually worked like that.
yeah,
I'm jealous.
here's the hinge on the back. Everything is real clean and
Wow,
crisp and real nice, perfect print.
that's awesome.
You
Yeah,
know,
but I gave Mike a headache on that one.
and that hinge, I'm going to tell you, making a functional hinge of this style was a bit of a challenge, just because
Yeah.
it's such a small print. This is only 1.25 inches long by 1 inch high, so it's not very big at all. And to make it functional was getting that hinge to be that's only like a 2 millimeter hole with a 3 millimeter hinge, and so it really took some making sure I
Yeah, I
printed
always
it right.
had really
Right.
bad measurements. Like I would tell the printer I want it to be this big, and then the things just didn't line up. It would never the measurements were never
Story of my life.
normal.
Yeah, no, and so I'll have those available shortly after I get those painted up. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. I'll have those painted up. I'll try to get some photography done this week. I've got your garbage can ready for next
Yeah,
week.
we were gonna do that, but I wasn't sure if you're gonna be here, so I pushed it off a week because you said you're gonna be late. And I was like, Mike needs to at least be here if he's providing the prize. I felt like you needed to be here. Plus,
Isn't
to
that
give
for
more
next?
people time to.
That's for
Huh?
next week, right? It's for next
It was
week,
supposed
right?
to be this week, the 25th.
Oh, it's ready. Yeah, I'm here.
I know it's ready. I wanted you to be here for it though. Since you made it,
I'll
I would
be here
like
for it.
you to be part of it. So since you were running late, I was like, we'll push it back. And I only have
Okay.
right now 3 entries. So I was
Gotcha.
hoping more people would enter. So
Gotcha.
yeah, guys, don't forget the ordinary day hashtag and make sure you tag me. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I won't see it and you can't enter. So
Yeah, no, we're ready for that. I've got that, and we can do that next week. Gas prices have been so cuckoo over here, and I've had such crazy days. I deliver fuel, so I've had crazy days this last week. I worked 12 and a half hours today and 14 and a half hours yesterday. So,
Yeah.
there's crazy things going on with gas, and so it had me running late today. So,
all right. Well, Mike, we'll see you hopefully next week. Hopefully everything will be all right. And Pablo and I will try to power through this and
Yep.
get the rest of these knocked out.
sounds good.
So thank you
Later,
so
Mike.
much for being here, Mike. I appreciate
Thanks
it
for
as
having me.
always. And next week, guys, we'll do the ordinary day hashtag. Hopefully, we'll get more entries into that, and we'll have you here hopefully on time, and we'll
Yep.
we'll be able to go. It's cool.
Sounds good.
So
You guys take care.
thank you, Mike.
Great
Thank you
shots,
so much.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. Those wonderful toys. We're still here. OG fan, I did not ignore you. I'm sorry. I was just, I knew Mike had to go too, but thank you so much for helping me with the sex bot. I'm glad that you were able to satisfy her. But thanks, man. It's good that you spoke up too. I haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, guys, also, if you're members, we will have a wallpaper. I haven't decided what wallpaper it is, but I will start going back to polls when my brain works. So you guys get to choose your wallpaper. But come through my Instagram, leave me a comment down below what wallpaper you might want. It'll be something off my Instagram, most likely. So we'll do that. But let's talk over this werewolf shot. Since we're here, Pablo, what are your thoughts on it, man?
I love the shot. It's well lit and it's really got that nice horror feel to it, like it's straight from a movie vibe, kind of. Not sure. I think I would have probably done a letterbox crop on it, but then he would have probably lost the detail of the house that's up in the mountain in the background.
Yeah, if you were on a letterbox, you'd have to come in at a lower angle to get that
Yeah.
that in there still. So that'd be
But
kind of
I-
rough because you're already at a low angle here as it
Yep.
is.
But I love the setup. The detail to the setup. It's awesome.
I would have probably set this further back. This the pipe cleaner vine he's got going on here because it's very obvious.
It's a little,
kind of
yeah.
like-
It's a little in focus. Yeah, it's a little too.
it's
Yeah,
a
it
little
needs-
too much in focus. You want to bokeh that more so it
Yeah.
looks more natural.
But yeah, that background he used is awesome.
Yeah,
it really
I love
works
the
with
light. I
shot.
love this cross in here, crooked like that. I
Mhm.
love that.
Yep.
It's great. Yeah, I'm digging the color.
Yeah,
I
the
don't think
color.
I see anything inherently wrong other than I would
Mm-mm.
like to get this out of focus more. This
Yeah, just push it back a bit. But yeah, But other
Back.
than that, I mean, the lighting's on point on this. There's not really much you can do to improve on the lighting.
Yes.
It's yep.
Darth Matter art, man, rocking it. Transylvania, Romania. That's where he's at today. Apparently, it's awesome. There was something else I was gonna do, and I forget what it was. Pablo, we're gonna just appreciate your dude. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't even see that one yet. Look at that. I'm hitting that like button now. Damn it. I love this. This is great, dude.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun shooting the Mythic Legions like this.
Just the color choice working with the skulls and stuff, it just plays off so well. It's got like that little hint to that same color,
Mm-hmm.
sepia kind of brownish, rustic color to it. I love it, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
No BTS. Bastards. This one,
This one, yeah. I after I
the
posted
pictures are good, but the theme is a little off. It just
yeah, this one I really was trying to get the wings in there, but I probably should have eliminated the second one, the one in the middle. I probably should have not used the wings for him and just kept the smaller wings like I had him on the first setup.
yeah,
But
there's just something about the layered up. It's just a lot of wings here.
yeah, it looks busy. This one looks really busy compared to the other ones.
All right, we're gonna move on. You don't need my input other than that. Oh, we got the goblins. Look at that. You're losing this goblin a little bit. The only thing that's pulling him out is that spear. But
spear.
Is that his crotch with arms? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I wanted all the spear to be in the shot. I probably should have just kept it the way I had it originally.
The spear is at least what making me go, wait, is that something else there in the center? I mean,
Yeah, he really blends in there. Yeah.
It is pulling that goblin out to a degree, but I think you should have taken his helmet off.
Yeah.
I think that would have helped pull him out even more too. Yeah, man. Not bad.
Yeah, I've been having so much fun. I still have a lot to shoot.
Yeah, this one was a shizzle out of these ones here, right there. We got the Star Wars photographer. He's got his K2 or K whatever the droid is. OG fan, you can tell me what it is. By the way, OG fan, you see the blurred? You see the blurred? OG fan with Star Wars, just Star Wars. We got it blurred. And in case you were questioning it, this Mando has ratcheted joints, unlike the OG Pure Steel Mando. So this new one has ratcheted knees. I don't think I noticed any ratchets anywhere else, but I'm sure they're there. KSO, thank you, OG fan. I knew you would know. I just wanted to point that out, make sure OG fans.
Did he shoot? Is this the same guy that shot the?
I think so.
Tuesday's queso? Yeah, that shot was beautiful.
I like this one too.
The shots. At first, when I first saw it, I thought it looked a little too dark, but actually, I think it works for what he's shooting for. Like it doesn't blend in as much as I originally saw it into the background. There's enough separation on it without having to use a bounce guard behind it to give it the rim light.
Yeah, he is a little flat though on this background. He's. I mean, maybe it's just the way he wanted the color grading.
Yeah.
And by the way, OG fan, you've now made me awkward for just trying to share my blurg with you. Now you made it sound like I needed a cookie. Thanks. He says, whoa, my numbers wouldn't work. What? K2, okay. I don't know what you guys. Dead Man Wand, K2SO shot, nice. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the matte grading on this per se. I don't hate it, but I think it's just a little heavy-handed. So, I don't know. Otherwise, I like it.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
You want to get the little piece of grass.
Yeah.
There's one little piece of grass that's messing it up for everybody. Right there, man. That one little piece of grass. Moving on, though, man. Moving on. We got Scarf. Wait, no.
Yeah, it's from Scarface, Tony Montana.
Scarface. Yeah, I was like, wait, Scarface. Oh man, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm trying to see who shot the.
Oh wait a minute. This is not. Okay, this is me tagged for the other thing. For Salvo Saturday, but yet I didn't take this shot. It doesn't want to. What? I'm so confused.
It says a single picture by, but I don't see who it's by. like in the description, it says by.
Well, it's supposed to tab over, but it won't let me tab over.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is a tag for all these people, and
Right.
mine was one of them. That's why this tag.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not part of this. 616 though. Look at this Kratos,
Ooh,
man.
man.
Oh my god, this is fire, Andrew. Fire.
I
Go ahead,
love
Pablo.
I love the shot. I love the lighting. I would want to see the eyes though again. Maybe some catch light in the eyes. But everything else is beautiful in the shot. The lighting, I love that warm light coming off on his face from that side and then the cool bluish gray tone on the background. It yeah, it works. I love the shot, but yeah, I want to see the eyes or at least a catch light in the eyes.
Well, there is a tiny bit of catch light in the eye, but it's really hard to see on your screen, and because I can barely see with mine. So
Okay.
yeah, I agree with you. I think you want to bring that out a little bit more. Just bring that, bring the life into his eyes a bit more. But I do think he did capture Kratos's rage a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eddie Rodriguez, man, is that you in the How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. No, it's not me. It's not
Those
me.
the 1/6. Oh, great. Okay. From Mondo.
Is it me, or does his axe look a little small for some reason though? The Leviathan axe looks a little small.
It does
Looks more
look
like
yeah, it does look more like a hatchet. I'm not sure
Or
if
maybe
it,
it's just the angle it's making it look like that, but maybe the figure, like
well, I
whoever
don't
made
know
the
because-
figure, the axe
yeah,
type.
it might be whoever made the figure because if you see the hand on the bottom holding it, it scales with that hand. So it might have been whoever designed the figure itself.
I don't know where I put mine. My
But
my
that's
Kratos is sitting here on this table, but I don't think his axe is here. I think I put it away.
that's a dope figure though. Man, that's a 1/6.
This is the NECA one. That's not the NECA one.
No, yeah, this is the 1/6 scale from
The
Mondo.
Mondo one, I think.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
has it
think
in the description.
it's
That
small.
that's the Mondo 1/6 scale.
yeah, his axe looks way too small. I think Mondo kind of goofed that up, but otherwise the picture's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous shot.
Did Eminem One says the black eyes are speaking to me. You like that? All right, man. All right, that's cool. You're allowed to like it. We're gonna move on to Pablo. You look to monopolize my time. It's very patriotic of you, though, sir. Very, very patriotic. Is this the new Falcon? Is this? The
No,
new
this is actually from their, I believe, first.
I know
or
it's Mythic Legion. I was
second.
just
Yeah, it's Mythic Legions, but it's like from their. It's from one of their first releases. I was
you
lucky
did better
enough
with
to
the
find it.
wings this time, unlike the demon one with the wings, because granted these are more colorful, but you've got different direction going, whereas
Yeah,
the other one,
the other one,
you
yeah,
had-
it looked like it was going in the same direction. They kind of, yeah, it looked busy. I need to reshoot.
this is entirely different. You get the folded wings, are really cool too. So, what figure is this? Eddie wants to know.
This is the Eagleist
Eagleist.
or Eagle. Is that Eagleist?
Yeah, Eagle Ass.
Yeah, Eagleist. Yeah, it's from Mythic Legions. It's from their one of the very first waves they released. It was a limited edition.
So good luck getting that. Deadman One says he's into evil and he likes the black eyes. Just saying.
He probably would have loved that Joker that we went over.
Dang it, we already.
Yeah. Oh, there's Dead Man's Pinhead. There we go.
Deadman's Pinhead. Yes, I know. He finally tagged me. We got to it. This is over a week old, but we got to it. Deadman. He's using the Danzig font, which is kind of cool. If you know Danzig from the Misfits, that's the font that they use on Samhain and Danzig albums.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots of his. The black and white really worked on this. And the
No,
close-
I agree with you. The only thing that's pulling me out is just the limitation of the figure and is how big those pins are, like how thick they are.
yeah,
And
but that's that's the limitation of the figure. Yeah,
figure. In fact, on my pinhead, I have the same problem when I look at mine. When I just posted last week, the pins are. Still
oh
too
yeah,
thick.
yeah.
So,
But it's
yeah,
a great close up on that head. Like you can see all the
yeah,
detail.
really, really nice close up on the head. You got a little motion blur or something going on the body though. Is that? I don't think it's out of. Is it out of focus or did you move the camera? I'm a little confused, but it looks like a little blur down here. It looks like it's from the nudge of the camera or something.
Oh, maybe.
But Deadman Juan with the pinhead, Doug Bradley, the one and only pinhead. Just saying.
I like that. I like that haze of light on the back of his head, on the lower part of the head, on the back, right there.
Yeah,
Right there. Yeah,
it's a
that
nice
separation right there. Yeah.
He's Deadman Juan is into evil. as they say. So it's a great shot, buddy. And I love that you got the catch light in the eyes.
Yes.
Very nice. Very, especially that's really hard to do on a NECA figure. So good
Yeah.
job. He says he took that with a Note 9. Is that like a
A
iPad
phone.
kind of thing?
It's a phone. Yeah.
Wow. Very nicely done. So now we know where that weird fall off is, though. It's the way it does the aperture ratings,
Yeah,
like
the
my
aperture
iPad has a thing.
Yeah.
It handles aperture kind of funny, like how it fudges the bokeh. Dude, pleather weather, man. We got a Tony Stark Iron Man. He's got somebody by the face or something. There's a
Oh, it's
hand
the
in the face.
Ultron bots.
Maybe. Sure.
Yeah, I could.
I couldn't say
I
for
could
sure.
see
This
the-
is kind of dark.
It's a little dark. If he needs some more light there, but it's one of those Ultron bots, or his rescue bots that got infected by Ultron. That's what those are in the background, or what that one figure in the background is.
Okay, Dead Man used 2 flashlight for his lighting. That's awesome, dude. Never discount your light source, man. Just use what you can, dude. It's awesome. But yeah, this picture is suffering dramatically from
It needs some more light.
over dramatic lighting here. It's just way
Yeah.
too dark. What you can do here is you get your light source up here, and it's getting a nice catch light on the eye, but I don't know where you're going to place because there's no room for.
Well, he has a light source on the above. You can see it on the reflection of the helmet.
Here,
But I
maybe you
think
put a bounce card back here to send some more light back to his face. Something like that, and maybe rim him out a little bit. But his face is just way too dark.
Yeah.
But yeah. Moving on. Pablo again. Pablo. Yeah, see how he's separated now? You get the same spear going, but he's got his face, and then I don't know what this is. Oh my god. The same guy with like a closed mouth or something?
Yeah,
that's
like closed mouth. Yep.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I like it though. In this one, you just wanted a girl in a bikini, didn't you?
I had to start shooting some females. Someone had asked me, like, "Where are all the female Mythic Legion figures?" Like, they're coming. They're coming.
The only thing is, I would probably try to Photoshop out the joint.
The joint,
because here you don't even catch it. These smaller ones, and then here
this is a custom. This is a custom I painted.
Oh, so you couldn't Photoshop the?
I probably should have. I probably should have photographed the joints, but
it's just because it's not predominant enough to be noticed in either of these other two. And then here you go, hey, by the way, I have joints.
It's like bam, yeah, like I'm a toy.
It kind of throws off the feel of everything else because nowhere else it's really predominant. Dude, I've been wanting to go over this one. Andrew, dude.
Wow, that's a
dude.
Yeah.
Dude. This is 616 Photos, guys. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. He's just, and I love this effect he's got on. I don't know if he stole it somewhere, but that effect for the Bad Batch Clone Wars thing. Maybe he took a screenshot or something and just photoshopped it in. I think
that's awesome.
But a great little effect there. It's a little crooked though.
The lighting, I love the lighting on this shot.
And this under lighting going with this red light that's already down here that works beautifully, and the blue that he's got here to bring him back out of that darkness. This is a perfect example of how you use like that blue tone to light up. I did that recently on my Nosferatu shot. I'll go over that in a second and show you guys that. I don't know if I went over that shot. But yeah, I don't know, Pablo. You got anything to say?
No. I love the shot. I don't think there's anything I could give them tips on, like what to do.
It looks so realistic,
Yeah.
It looks like a real, but it also looks like it belongs in the show because the colors are so vibrant. So it's like it could be animated and realistic, or it could be realistic and realistic, and both ways work.
Yep,
it's just awesome. I love it, Andrew. This is great. Sorry it took so long to get to you. Yeah, OG fan. He says, "Wow."
Yeah, that's a gorgeous shot. I'm gonna have to shoot something similar like that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to this shot real quick because I don't know if I went over it. Did I go over this one?
Which one?
This one here?
No.
So yeah, this is another example. We're using a lot of the blue lights here to do a lot of your lighting. Now I tried to do this practically, but when I, because I had to wrap the fairy light around it, to get it to stay up there because I had no way to keep it to stay right there like it was supposed to. It was like wrapped around, and the fairy light was right here.
Right.
But when I went to take it off, it moved. The whole thing
Oh.
moved.
Ooh.
So then I couldn't, obviously when I went to reshoot, it wasn't in the exact position. And so when I went to go mask in the lighting and everything,
Ah, it wasn't lighting
it
up.
wouldn't sit right, and everything was weird because I wanted to get this catch light because this catch light wasn't here without the lights on, right? Without the fairy lights actually being
Yeah.
on. So I wanted to mask in that catch light, which I then went into Photoshop and added a little bit more to it. I sampled that color, made it just a little bigger. But and also I wanted this lighting here caught, lighting up the
Yeah,
arm, and
lighting up the
you'll
arm.
lose it a little bit here, but that's because of a rip in the clothes that are supposed to be there. So I tried my best to salvage what I could there, but like because it moved, like the lights were actually like right here instead of right here.
Mm.
So it was really, really hard to do with the masking and moving it. So I had to Photoshop this in. I took a yellow paintbrush layer, and then I did a blend mode. I forget what blend mode I even did, but it gave you this nice, I think it might have been overlay or something.
Yep. Yeah.
You can pull out the details of this so it looked like it's actually shining through it and not just covering it with yellow.
Yeah.
And then of course I did the blend if, so it also brings some of these blacks back in, the darks back in. And then I did some whiter paintbrushes and got the glow around it. And then I like I said, I tried to mask what I could of the other layer and get this light source back, but I ended up having to paint a lot of this light on here. What I did is I ran the paintbrush with the yellows all around here, and then I did that on its own layer, so I didn't paint over this layer like on the layer itself.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I
You don't want
took that. I made it a layer, inverted layer mask, and I was able to, mask it back in so it wasn't too predominant and play with some blend letting.
sure.
I don't think I get quite enough yellow
Yeah, I was
bead
gonna
on
say
his
I think you need a little bit more of that spill on that side right there, just a bit.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
it, but it was showing
but
a harsh line from the paintbrush,
yeah,
and I didn't want that. So, I did what I could, but
overall it's cool. It's a cool looking shot. I like the angle.
yeah, well, I had to do the angle because the werewolf wasn't showing up right, man. I wasn't able to get him in the shot right.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't actually want a Dutch angle quite this. I
That
don't
much.
like to
That
do that
drastic.
much. And you don't get to see this guy at all. I was a little sad.
Oh, I didn't even notice that guy there. You pointed it
Yeah,
out. I thought it was part of the tombstone.
and you can't even really see the pumpkins back here. But I was trying to go like that Evil Dead, where they're rising out of the grave. In fact, I tried doing just the arms out of the grave, and you're like, maybe smacking people around or something. But they were too small. They wouldn't work. Burley says, "What was the blending mode?" I don't remember now, sir. I'm sorry. I should have saved that information. But for the light, you just play with one of the blending modes, man. Just find what works.
Usually, overlay or screen or lighten or
It wasn't a screen. I know that it was like one of the other ones because all I did was flip through and was like, well, that's giving me the effect I want, and boom, selected it. So it wasn't like it was science or anything. It was just like, da, 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 I like that. I don't know what it does exactly, but I like it. So let's do that. Yeah. So Pablo, we're just gonna appreciate these and see here because you got the joints. It's working.
yeah.
But you gotta watch this, man. We don't need crotch shots. I mean, you gotta be respectful, man. She shouldn't have her legs open like that. She's a lady.
She's about to hammer it down though.
And this is a Shira ripoff if I've ever seen one. Just saying.
Well, it's a tribute to Shira. It's
Oh,
one
okay.
of the Legion tributes to the Motu universe because so Four Horsemen did a lot of Motu figures back in the day. So they did so in almost all their All-Star waves they do a tribute two or one tribute figure to the Motu universe, and this is from All Stars 3, I believe I want to say. And it was
Okay.
so they did her and they did a tribute to Hordak.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I've seen the Hordak one before too.
And actually,
Brody says
him next.
color dodge works really well for subtle hints of color. It may actually be colored. I don't remember what I used, to be honest with you. I know what I wanted to use, though. It was coming in way too dark. It wasn't bringing enough of that yellow tint into it. So that's why I flipped through it. It was whatever. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. I'm useless at telling you. I'm sorry. I just feel so bad. No, thanks. Now I feel bad, Broly. I'm sorry. Mark Walker photos, man. Look at this turtle dude.
Yeah, that's Toka.
Yeah, sure. Toga party. Wait, what do you like in OG fan? Is it the turtle dude or was it? Oh, it was the Shira? I don't know. You'd be quicker, man. No, I moved on. This is very reminiscent of Unicorn Warrior right here, man. Daniel stuff. Got the water going, which is nice.
I would have. I love the lighting, but I think I would have added some orange or some warm tones to it. He's just to make it pop more because it looks like I'm not sure if that's the paint, but I see some orange reflecting on his hand right there, and a little bit on the chest, like on his shell. There's like
Could be
two.
light reflection off of that, but that's kind of dark to be casting any light reflection on his hand.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So I think if you would have used an orange light, just punch it in a little bit more and use the two complementary colors, it would have really popped. But I love the shot. I love the effect. Look, it
I mean,
looks
you still get the pop because you got the blue and yellow here, or whatever, blue and orangish yellow here a little bit. But yeah, I agree. I think he needed a warmer light. Like I would have left this side cold and done
yeah.
this side warm.
Mhm.
And that's the way I would have rocked that. But it's not wrong here either.
No. Yeah,
Um,
it's a great shot. The composition is pretty cool. I like it. I like the angle.
Yeah.
And I
This is
probably
one of
would
the
have
better shots
brought
of this
more light
turtle
into
dude.
the eyes, I think.
Yeah.
But he has
All
a
right, let's
catch.
move on. Oh, what?
He has a
Sorry? What?
light in there on that one eye. It's very small, but I mean, at least
Yeah, he's got a little catch light on the eye there. Yeah. Rock on. Let's move on. Pablo again, stealing all my attention. You got this demon dude. I like this shot. This is a nice shot here. See, I even said magnificent. See, I don't know, I like that because but then we got the double up one, and this one I liked, and I said it was okay. Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, I'm rocking this. Is there anything you want to add on these or?
no, not on these. The other one that like I said was the one with the blue demon wings. I need to redo that one.
Dude, Collector of the Universe, man, this is awesome.
Yep.
This is awesome. I love this one, man. I mean, I think it could use a little bit more lighting on him because he's getting a little dark on this side.
Yeah.
A little
About
bit of separation here, but just a little bit more lightness here. But I love this shot, dude. And
it's awesome.
go ahead, Pablo. What do you got to say, man?
I love all the details. The arrow to the head, the knife, the blood splatter. Some of
He's got a
them,
bullet coming for his chest here. He's got a knife sticking out of him.
some of the blood splatter works, but some of it looks like it was.
What up here?
That one's okay, but the one on his chest, that blood does not look like a blood splatter. It
I
just looks.
wasn't stuck on it though. I was able to look past it and just enjoy the whole setup that he's got, and not really.
I love this. I love the setup though. I love all like the chaos that's going on here, and I love the expression on his face. Like, yeah, like this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This blood splatter is a little off-putting as far as it doesn't quite look right. But I think the rest of the
everything
shot
else-
is so well of keeping your eyes moving around the whole
was just
thing.
Yeah, no, everything else is great. Yeah, and I think a bounce card would have helped on the back side just to.
Yeah, just do a little bounce light on that. That would have been great. That's all you really needed, just a little bounce light on that. I think that it's just a shame to lose this to such darkness here.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't want to overlight it. You do want a light and dark balance, but a bounce card would have worked perfectly just to bring that up just a touch more, and also kind of give him a little bit of an outline to separate him from this darkness. So, but yeah, I mean, I love this. This is great. This is a great freaking shot right here. What's this? This is a BTS thing here. Oh
No, I think that.
we're doing the jackhammer. Okay.
Yeah, that camera. Yeah,
Cool beans. I think we're caught up because I've liked.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
went over these last
Yeah,
Tuesday.
this is
Yeah.
all. Yay, we caught up. Whew, I hate
did
being that far behind, man. Let's refresh one more time and see what trouble I get into. Oh wait, what? What? That's not what I did. What are you doing to me, dude? Go to my profile. Come on, what are you doing? Tagged. Aha. Oh, that's JK stuff, man. All right, we're good. And then of course, let's give a shout out because I want to. Wait, what? Oh, come on. It's a carousel, but it won't let me What is going on with this thing?
Yeah, we were able to do it.
I remember it wouldn't let me carousel on that other shot earlier either. There you go.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it on this one for a little bit, man, because there was such a lot of great shots today, but this, what I think I really like about this, just the fact that I've seen this filter done so many times before. You know, like it's like a generic filter gallery filter in Photoshop, but
yeah,
it serves the picture so well here. I just love it. And then Harry tagged me. Let me see what Harry tagged me in.
Oh, his knight, I think. There it is.
Wow.
Yep.
Where was this tag earlier? Here, we shouldn't even go over this. It's so late. It's cheating. That's how late it is. This is great. Pablo, go ahead.
This is a custom figure he did. No, I love the lighting. Yeah, that was part of the same collab that we did yesterday. Yeah, for the Mythic Legions and Fantasy. No, I love the lighting. I love the background, that diorama that he built. He's finally utilizing some of it. And these custom figures that he's been making are just awesome. He 3D printed that helmet, the shoulder pad, and it's all fully painted. He's been doing really.
Harry, did you try to put a motion blur on this arm? Because it looks a little blurry here, like a motion blur of some sort. Like he just slammed the sword down and you're trying to catch that motion, maybe. If not, then there's some blur on the arm. It probably shouldn't be. Curious.
But the lighting's good.
Yeah. No, the lighting's real good.
And the depth. I like the depth on this. It's not like his other shots.
Light source should be lighting up his back down here a bit more, though. Like I know he's blocking some light, but I think up here it would have feathered down and separated him out.
Yeah.
Oh, he says he just sucks. No, you don't suck. Bruley, great stream as always. Have a good night. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here, Bruley. I appreciate it.
Laters. Yeah, no, it's a.
He's just laughing.
Shot. Yeah.
But I think we just need to add a little bit of light to this backside here to pull him off of. Because he's getting lost a little bit, I think, with this guy, and I think this light source would have done it if it was like as bright as it's looking. I mean, it may be a bright light source, and it may be there. It's not like maybe a cutout or something, but whatever reason that light is not coming down here, like it looks like it should be sunlight, and if it's sunlight, it would be bright enough to light him up even feather past this night back here. I'm pointing my hand. Feather past this night back here and hit this, because I really would want to bring this out just a little bit. Actually, the rim light all around him here.
Yeah.
He says it could be the spray used
for the atmosphere.
Oh, for the blur thing, yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm digging that. Says I hated some atmosphere spray, so I may have fog up. What? Okay, sure.
Yeah, I think you put those words backwards there.
It's all good. It's all good. I kind of get what you're saying, but I don't. I get what you're saying, but grammar.
Yes.
Grammar said what?
No, but over
my new t-shirt, man. Grammar said what? Man, but I'm digging this, man. This is great.
Yep.
Thank you so much for sharing.
He's been killing it with these customs.
Dude, I wish I had that talent to make custom anything, man. This is some great stuff. Let's get us back up here like this, like this, man. Like this. Another pose I want to do with this guy is I want to fudge around with him and see if I can get him like trying to mount this thing, like climbing up on it.
When he was trying to
swinging the leg over and stuff, like he would a horse. But I don't know, man. Let me stop this thing.
But just go back and watch the episode where he's trying to ride it and see if you can mimic.
I don't think they ever showed him trying to mount, because I think it's just a.
I thought they did show it when he was, because he kept falling and Will kept telling him that he needed what was it that he told him? I couldn't remember, because he had told him the only way to get there was riding these guys, and Mando did not want to.
But it's such a weird beast. I mean, he's got no stirrup to put his foot in. So what are you going to put your foot on to climb up the body, right?
That's true.
and plus how tall it is. I mean, you can't even get your leg up there. So how's he gonna pull himself up? They don't. I don't think they show him mounting in the show.
That's yeah. You're
They
probably
show
right.
him on the back of it and then off of it.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch that.
But maybe he had like a ladder or something, like one of the step stools you see. Some
Maybe
world.
because I don't think they ever showed them like show those things laying on the ground like on their knees to let someone get on them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
And
that.
I couldn't put this guy down there either way, but I do want to figure out how to get him, still get him in that pose, and maybe just crop the shot so he's lower. You know,
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
it looks natural. It looks like it works because obviously this thing is too tall for him to just. Because I mean, if Mando was standing straight up, he'd be about this tall. This would be about head height for Mando, right here, if he was standing on this ground. So I don't know what I did with my ruler. So yeah, 13 inches tall from floor from foot to the top of the back of the blurg.
Wow.
So yeah, Mando wouldn't even be taller than the blurg, so it would be a tough one to get.
Yeah.
I kind of want to shoot him from this angle here. I wish I had the camera like closer because I got this great tilt on his. He's like looking straight this way, but his head's turned off to that left side a little bit. You know. So, yeah.
That's cool though, man. Dang, the size of that thing.
So yeah, man. I think I want to try to get that shot. Probably not this week, but I think I want to try to get that shot. You know, just from that angle. This is a great piece, man, but my God, it's freaking huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's as big as my quarter scale Mando.
Dang.
There we go. That's the angle I want. It's hard to figure out my angle from me and from the camera, so I'm trying to line it up with the camera, not me.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, that's a cool looking figure. Yeah, there's no way I can go down that rabbit hole. Mm-mm.
There we go. There it is. There.
I wouldn't even know where to put that to display it.
Dude, if you have a detoff, you're screwed. You can't fit this in there. It's too big.
Yeah.
In fact, it barely fits in this module case, man. It's so long. I mean, I have to turn him a little bit to the side, and unfortunately, now that I got this cool pose, I got him on the wrong side. I need him to come out from this side.
Yeah.
He's turned this way, man. If I put him in the case over there where he's supposed to be, he's turned in looking towards the case, and that's not cool.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, first world problems. I'll work it out. But hey guys, I think that's gonna be the end of the stream for today. I guess I'm still might be doing my my hot off the press stream tomorrow since I'm not apparently working tomorrow.
Cool.
If I am though, I am going to check with them, even though I got that generic text message saying that they haven't done the thing yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Go ahead and call them because sometimes
tomorrow morning still. Make sure because I don't want to like miss my orientation day.
Yep.
That wouldn't be good. But that sucks that it pushed back until next week though for them.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And I was like, man, is that?
But that frees me up for my dentist appointment on Friday. I don't have to worry about like, fighting about that. Even though I told them when they called me like, hey, can you work? I was like, I have a dentist appointment, but other than that, I'm free.
Like I can go in after my dentist appointment.
What's that?
I was like, I can go in after my dentist appointment, but yeah, I'll be there.
Well, yeah. Well, now it's not going to be a problem if I don't start till Monday.
If you don't start till Monday, correct.
But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to get out of here. Make sure, guys, you are participating in the ordinary day. You're going to win a 1/12 scale trash can that you can use in your toy photography shots. So it's going to fit for 1/12 scale. It's a Rubbermaid style trash can. It's going to have trash with it, which is really cool. And all you have to do is hashtag ordinary day, and you have a shot that is, like an ordinary day for the characters. I'll of course show you guys my example again, which would be Instagram this time. But so on this one, on my example, I have the Thing. He's fishing. It's an ordinary day. He's out fishing, just doing something ordinary. So make sure you hashtag ordinary day when you do this kind of shot. You hashtag Toy Moz, and then you also tag tag. So like when you select this, it'll show up like this: tag Moz_toy_box, so that it will actually show up in my tagged. That's a big thing, because if it doesn't show up here, I won't find it because the hashtags are not working properly. So, ordinary day, guys. We're gonna try to do the RNG spin the wheel thing for that next week. It will matter though if you have a picture. We're not going to judge you on the picture, but I will say you have a picture. Maybe we even go over each picture, but we're not going to judge for the prize on the picture because everybody's at different levels, and that wouldn't be fair. But participate. Make sure you participate and you tag properly. And next week when we go over that, we'll see who wins the cool 1/12 trash can. It'd be really awesome. I'm kind of jealous. I kind of want a 1/12 trash can, but nobody offered me one. So he offered all you strangers one, but not me. I want the lunchbox too, man. That lunchbox was like, oh man.
I can't wait for that lunchbox.
Did you order one for him?
Yeah, actually, I'm the one who planted that seed in his head.
Oh, sweet,
because
man.
When the Union Gomez came out, they showed all the accessories. He comes with a huge boombox that works. I guess it triple works as the boombox, and you can open it up as a toolbox. You can put the tools that he comes with inside it, and it also works as his welder. But they didn't include a lunchbox, and it's a construction worker Gomez. And I was like, it should have a lunchbox. So I told Mike, I was like, you think you can put or make a lunchbox? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure these will sell with everybody who bought this Union Gomez, because I mean that lunchbox will work. And I planted that seed in his head, and it was a challenge, he said, but he got it, and he's happy with it. So I was like, that's so awesome. So he'll be sending me one, and I'm gonna be photographing that as soon as I get it.
Yeah, this is cool. Is this boombox though?
No, see, but that's a 1/6 scale, right?
Yeah, it's a 1/6 scale boombox, and this is a Bluetooth boombox. So
that's a working one, right? Yeah.
It's a Bluetooth speaker. So this is a Replicade or New Wave Toys. They actually I pre-ordered this a few months ago. A Coke machine, a working Coke machine for 1/6 scale.
Do you know about the drop from Mesco that's coming this Thursday?
No, what's going on this Thursday?
I think it's called what's it? So it's like a zombie undead guy that they're releasing this Thursday. They posted a video on Mesco. 10/25 is when they're gonna release it. I forgot what it's called. Gangrene something, or it's on the Instagram. Yeah, it's on their Instagram. The reels on their Instagram, and so that figure's coming out this Thursday. I'm not sure if it's a pre-order, like in stock already, or pre-order for later, but more likely it's an in stock pre-order.
Well, that's gonna suck because I have no money yet.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I was like, why? It's always these type of figures that I really want are always showing up when I'm not ready for it. Because
I am happy though. I got my Nosferatu.
I need that Nosferatu, but I'm heading to Legion's Con next week, so I can't really.
He looks good, man. Wow.
Right? It looks great. From what they've shown only, it looks awesome. I can't wait to see what the whole figure actually looks like and all the accessories that it comes with.
Wow, dude.
And I'm hoping it's not a massive price point. Like if it's in the $95 range, I might be able to squeeze it, but I don't know.
I can do a deposit on it, I can squeeze it out. What time of day do they usually do that stuff?
I think the release date usually it's 1 p.m. or no, is it 12 p.m. Eastern? Hold on, let me double check. Just
give me your time and I'll figure out Eastern because you're West Coast, right?
Yeah, but let me double check on my end what time exactly it is, because I can't remember if it was 1 p.m. for me.
Because like when I got my first Nosferatu, man, I got in there a day late. I was still able to get them, but everybody else got theirs in the summer. I didn't get mine till November.
Oh man,
that was waiting that long. I mean, all the photographers are doing great shots with that dude, and I was like, man, I want more Nosferatu. Because this Mezco Nosferatu, man, this is just this is the original one.
Yes, and I don't have any of them. I still have the second one on the wait list, but I don't see it converting.
I splurged and bought the second one on eBay because I wanted all his stuff. He just came with such great stuff. He came with his wolves. He came with the bats. He came with, just and it came with that burnt face, like the sunlight damage, burnt stuff. The only thing
Yeah.
I didn't was a fan about is that he was blue, and that's why I keep shooting this guy because I don't want a blue one. Really,
Let me see on my email. It says,
I did shoot the blue one though at one point.
"Oh, that's not what I want. Where is it? Dang it! I had the time saved. No, I find it.
Yeah, I think I had Goliath manhandling the blue one here. Yeah, but there, I think I used the blue face on the regular body, just because the blue face had the burn. Oh, I'm not even showing it because the blue face had that burn. So
This already come up. Hold on. Did I miss it? Did I misunderstand this?
what are you trying to figure out there, buddy? The time?
Yeah, the time. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern, which makes it 12 p.m. my time. And if it's not that, then it's 11. Then it's
Wait.
12 p.m.
You're
Eastern.
West Coast,
12
right?
p.m. It's 12 p.m. Eastern, so it'll be 11 a.m. for me. Because they're an hour ahead of me. And you're what, on the West Coast?
I'm on the East Coast. Where are you at?
I'm in Center, Texas.
Oh, you're in Central. So you're one time zone behind East Coast?
Yes.
Okay. So you're 11. I'm at noon. Okay. I'll see, man. Hopefully they'll let me do a deposit, and then I can do that. You know, like deposit it and pay it
I'll
off. Or
keep
something.
you posted on once I get the exact time. I'll send you a message for sure. Because I know I thought I had it saved, but I don't see it on here. And it's on my email, but it's on my
Lou would probably
newsletter.
know because Lou knows those things, man.
Yeah, Lou might. Yeah, he might give you an exact time.
But hey, let's wrap up the stream. We can keep talking about this later.
All right.
Something. Let everybody go, man. Don't want to hold them here. Thank you guys so much for watching, though, guys. If you like the channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And as always, we'll see you next time. As far as if I'm going to have a show this coming Tuesday, we'll find out. I will post a post in the community tab if like work has got me working, because I will be just starting my job that week, and I will have no idea until Monday where I'm working or what times I'm working. So I will apologize now if I miss Tuesday, but we will have a stream sometime next week either way. We might have to bump the day. So with that, guys, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day.
Later,
Enjoy.
everybody.
Thank you. Come again.